All right, and we are live. Welcome everybody back to Grey Whirlpool and from Lyndraka Gaming. Bit of a different setup. Gas prices were insane lately, as we all know. So a couple of our members are not wanting to travel, which is completely understandable. So here we are in the very comfort of our very own homes, playing over Discord. So it's gonna be a good time, be interesting, and we'll see how everything goes. So, here we go. Take it away, Spencer.
Thank you. All right, so as we recall, we were here in Riseland. We had come in, found that there were several different buildings in what they're calling an entire land, a little bit smaller than that. We had Mama Elphy over here at what we believe is a little hospital area. We, of course, had Bernie the Wondersmaker, who was selling his magical wares. I believe that Dimwit and Mama Elphy both bought his mystical items. We also
We were suckered.
You bought his mystical items. That is what occurred. There was the Other Inns, which is the general store that Draugin and Dimwit explored a bit. Of course, over here we have the English Rest, which had an inn downstairs. You guys just bought for a steal 2 rooms that you have found very well decorated. I believe you guys have figured out that the belt of pants and the blanket of urban survival that you purchased were a little bit dubious, and Rostas found out that those things were a little dubious and was starting to walk towards Good Bernie. So we will go ahead and pick it up from there. I will let you know, Rostas, as you are walking towards Bernie, you notice him look over at you and start reaching towards his pants, it looks like, or downwards in some way. What do you do?
Right, and how far away is he from me?
Right now, he is about 25 feet away.
25 feet. All right. I will go ahead, charge in, and I guess grab both of his arms and lift him up off the ground.
Okay. You charge in and let's see.
There's my dice.
You are going to attempt to grab him by his arms. He's going to try to resist you. So we're going to be doing
a grapple.
Challenging direct D20 rolls to see if he's successful in escaping you. Okay?
Okay. Nat 20.
And he rolled a 2. You grab him quite forcibly by the arms and look him straight in the eyes. He doesn't look phased, though. He's looking you straight ahead, feet off the ground, glaring at you grumpily.
It's not focusing. It's not
what
focusing.
Do you want?
Sure.
Yes. Very nice.
All right, so I pick him up and I'm like, what are you reaching for?
Oh, reaching. I was just trying to fix my sock. It's all askew in case you can't notice.
I look down and investigate his sock.
Okay. You notice that it is a little bit wrinkled.
I set him back down and I say, all right, fix your sock, but if you make any funny movements, I am going to pin you down.
You got it. So he reaches down and grabs the edge of his sock. As he's pulling it up, he taps his pant hem twice and vanishes before your eyes. Next to you, the stand that was once there has disappeared in a poof of confetti, and there's nothing left behind but these red words written in the air that say, "No refunds."
I have a question. Can I put the belt around my neck and have an improvised mask on command if I want?
If you put it around your forehead and then
Yeah,
said the
like
words.
no,
It
no,
would make
like around my neck,
illusionary.
like it would go around my neck, right? Like the
No,
belt.
no, no, no.
You know?
You misunderstand how belts work. They make belts appear. The pants would be under the belt. So if you put it on your neck, you're just going to have some pants hanging off your chest.
Like upside down. I turn it upside down. Like I want the pants to go up above my head, like whenever I say the magical word.
So he's going to be like Gene Man from My Hero Academia?
Yeah, the great genist.
I just want a makeshift disguise.
Found a loophole. So, sure, yeah, you do that.
So instead of the loop being on the left, it's on the right.
Exactly. Totally different.
Ah, my webcam is backwards. No.
Backwards, like this is?
No, my camera.
Yours is. Okay. Oh, yeah. Wait, it looks like Artemis. I can read it.
It is. It's just backwards.
Not to me.
Oh, in my screen, it's. Yeah.
Weird.
I'm mirrored on my screen, yeah.
Regardless. Yeah, so Bernie and his wares have disappeared before you, and it sounds like everybody else was up in their slightly less than lustrous rooms.
All right, I reach for where he was, see if he's still there.
Okay, you feel nothing.
Okay. All right, I go back over. What side of the building is there room on?
Let's see. It looks like all of it is over on the east side of the building on the second floor. One with the ladies is more towards the center of town, and the one with the gentlemen is more towards the cliff. So like whoop and whoop on the second floor, if you can make that out at all.
Whee! Okay. So I start going around the building trying to get their attention. Let them know what just happened.
All right, you're standing down in front of them, looking up at the window.
Guys, you just made a bad deal, and the guy you made it with just disappeared, so...
Figures.
Yep, sorry.
Nothing to be done now, guys. No. So, you guys have been traveling for a while. Finally made it to an inn. I know you probably have some hit points down, but at the same time, there's this whole weird village here. Who knows what's up with that, right? So, up to you guys what the next move is. We're all kind of together over here now.
I'm going to sit outside the inn and wait for a few minutes.
Okay, just sitting on the porch?
Off to the side of the building.
Off to the side. All right.
Yeah.
Theo.
Oh, you're waiting for your...
Yeah.
I guess I am curious about the bedrooms. So I'd like to do detect magic.
Okay. Go ahead and do that. We'll resolve that right quick.
Okay.
And you're doing it in the bedroom, right?
Yes.
Okay, makes sense.
And it looks like her camera froze.
Indeed.
Okay.
Mine won't even turn on. It comes on and then disappears again.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was kind of weird.
That is weird.
Right. So she's doing detect magic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm doing it as a ritual.
Okay.
So what do I detect anything?
You detect a whole bunch of magic all around you. Feels like it's coming from both sides and straight above, pressing down on you. Very oppressive, like a magical maelstrom.
Yeah, does it do I know what school of magic it is?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the spell says that that's something that you detect about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In that case, it feels like dark and light, like necrotic and radiant.
Have I? Does it feel familiar to me from like when I was in the tower, when we were trapped in the tower?
No, it doesn't feel familiar.
Okay. But I feel it basically all over in the room.
Wait, okay, sorry. You mean back when you were outside of the pyramid and you did detect magic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like that. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I converse this with Remy to see if he has any ideas regarding this discovery.
All right.
I guess
So,
Dim.
I was
are you
say,
going to
who's
meet him
Remy?
at the hall or at his room?
Yeah, I guess I gotta go hunt him down. So I guess I'll start with his bedroom if he's in there.
Okay. You knock on the door. Remington, you hear a knock on the door. What does Dimwit do?
Yes. Yes, hello.
Hey! So I let him know what I felt, what I discovered, and that it seems a little off to me. And if he has any ideas.
Pretty sure that's just whatever's going on. Daily,
You're breaking up a little bit.
seems to me.
Pretty
Seems to me
sure
like-
is all I heard.
Pretty sure that's just what's going on during the day. Sun. It could be something else, maybe. Have you tried detect magic on just other places outside? Like,
He's coming very muffled
We
for
can-
us. What about you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, your voice is coming in and out.
Okay.
Ah, there you are. That's better.
Wait. Hi.
Okay. All right. Just have you tried to detect magic like that in other places outside? Because this might just pertain to the day, not going to night.
It could be. Okay. Okay. All right. So I guess that.
I'm going to. Sorry.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Remington, what do you do?
I was going to ask. I was going to ask Draugin if he knows a way to forge this this brass ingot or whatever we got into a makeshift bowl for burning incense and herbs in.
You want to find Draugin, you said?
Yeah, he's a smith apparently, or knows some smith stuff.
Okay.
I direct him to. I think that he was outside still, and then I head back to my room.
Oh, okay.
So Dimwit's standing in the hallway?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ask Draugin. Hey, do you know a way to forge this into a bowl? And I hold up the little the brass ingot.
I can, but not here. Because there's no forge here.
I could cast Dragon's Breath on you and give you fire, and you could breathe on it periodically while forging it.
Could do that.
Is there like a iron to bang it on?
I have a blacksmithing kit, so.
Does that have a hammer and what you need, like an anvil and stuff?
Yeah. It has everything.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, I'll hand over the ingot if you want to do that. I don't know how long that'll take, though.
I'm looking it up real quick. It will take approximately 4 minutes.
Okay. Sounds good. I hand over the ingot, and then I cast Dragon's Breath on him, giving him fire as the main damage type.
Okay. And what is it, 4 or 6 dice 6, Remy?
It's 3d6.
3d6. Okay. Yeah, I will work on this in just a minute for you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna go look around and see if there's any places that might sell weapons, possibly.
Which area do you search first? We have the buildings over here that I had told you about, the one with the cross on it, the general store, the inn, of course, and then there's this big old stick-built double-story place over here with 2 porches and a cornfield.
Oh, so it doesn't look like there's any place that would sell a weapon. I'm just gonna wander around, see what there is to see.
And what do you do?
What was that?
What are you going to be doing?
I'm going to sit here and work on this for Dimwit.
Where you're standing. Okay. Let's see. Working on that. So, are we in like a rest phase or? Because like.
Oh yes, I wouldn't mind resting.
Same.
Yeah. It seems like since you're just like working on crafting and stuff, unless there's anybody else in the town you want to try talking to.
Not yet.
No, not that I brought my pendant back.
Ready.
Hey, Rostas, who's just kind of wandering around here. Why don't you roll a perception?
All right. That is with. That is a dirty 20.
Okay. You notice standing over by the edge of the porch, a small kid peeking around looking at you with dark black hair almost covering his eyes.
I give him a little wave.
He immediately shies back behind the wall for a second before peeking out at you again, a little less out away from the wall.
Hello. Not here to hurt you.
You're approaching him?
Slowly.
Possibly.
Not to, slow enough to not scare him too much.
Okay. He looks out at you shyly from around the corner and comes out a little bit more. You can like choose to perceive him more, or are you okay with the description you have? Trying to find places to roll like perception checks and stuff like that.
I'll roll another perception check. Oh my god, another dirty 20.
Okay. You notice that this kid looks kind of sad, kind of shrimpy. He has this like really loose old black jacket on and really baggy kind of patched up pants with little chains hanging off of them. You don't know what the chains are for. They just appear to be there for some reason.
Okay.
So you're looking at him. He comes forward a little bit more and he's like, how's your leg? Did it get like any better?
Feels fine. All healed up.
That you might have trouble healing from that, but looks like you're doing okay.
Trouble from
Like,
healing from what exactly? What happened? I don't recall much from the last time I was here.
getting injured and staying here for a couple of days, getting patched up.
All a blur.
Must have been one painful cut. Well, 2 weeks ago, you and all the other people that I saw you come in with were here before, and you had gotten some kind of cut. I got to see it briefly. It looks like it was all like black and like bloody and really, really nasty. It was super hardcore, man.
Well, I'm glad you
Anyway,
like it.
well, I guess I'm glad you're better. It's better than having some kind of cool scar or whatever.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that little bit.
I guess it's better than having some scar being like totally healed.
Oh, yeah. I just wish there were some sort of semblance or some semblance of injury there to let me know something had happened, but nothing.
Crazy that you don't remember. By the way, I saw you guys come in, but I didn't see Stab. Is she doing okay?
Again, all my
Wait.
memory from that time is gone. I don't.
You don't remember Stab? She was with you before you came into our town. I thought you knew her for a long time.
I know nothing. I'm sorry.
It's
Describe
the
her. Describe Stab to me.
Oh, Stab? I mean, she was really, ugh. And I hate to call her this because I know she doesn't like it, but she was really cute. I don't really like cute things, but she was like hardcore, you know? Even though she was cute, you could tell that she was like really knowledgeable and stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, I help out in the cornfield over here with my mom.
All right. Don't let me hold you up and get you in trouble.
Hey, thanks or whatever. He
Thank
walks
you.
off and
Stay safe. Or don't. It's your choice.
at this point it's been about 4 minutes, Draugin.
He says okay.
I guess I will go hunt Dimwit back down and give it to him.
I don't think he ever actually left the area, so he should be pretty close by.
Yeah, just killing wherever it is on the map and chilling.
Okay, here's your bowl that you asked for. Is it to your liking?
And what like do we like did he have to roll or anything to like determine like how the bowl came out?
No, because it's a simple forge, and simple
Cool.
I have mastered, so it I don't need to roll. I don't need to do anything for that now. The complex stuff I would have to, but for this, because it's simple, I don't need to.
Okay, cool. Well, then it's to my liking. Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Okay, here you go.
All right, I'm going to. Is everybody about okay? When everyone starts to rest, just to save time, I'm going to start casting the ritual, find familiar, and then I'm going to rest. And long rest.
You went out there for a second, Rim. What was that?
Oh, okay. So I'm going to cast the ritual Find Familiar once, like we start to get settled down.
I'm holding off for now, but once people are kind of all inside.
Okay, I'm going to cast the ritual Find Familiar once we all start settling down.
Okay, sounds good. All right. And Mama Elphy, are you just relaxing in your room? What are you doing?
Yeah, I guess just chilling with Selki and Smiles. And admiring my new survival blanket.
Roll a perception check, Mama Elphy.
Perception. Oh. 16.
So Selkie and Smiles are sitting across each other over by the window on the side of the far wall. And you notice Selkie seems to be just putting some hands, but Smiles is kind of flinching. Like every now and then he kind of jumps up like that.
And what's Selki doing? You cut out there for a sec.
It looks like she's just petting his hand, looking out the window idly.
Okay, and he's flinching every so often. Okay. I guess I'd like to take a look at his hand to see if there's anything wrong with it.
So you go over and upon looking at it, you notice that while Selkie has been petting his hand, every now and then she scratches him and then goes back to petting him. You catch her in the act of doing this, but she's looking out the window just kind of mesmerized.
Do I try to follow her gaze out the window? Do I see anything? Like what she's looking at?
Small little fields nearby.
I guess I try to get Selkie's attention to see if she can, do you have her check back in?
You get her attention and she kind of shakes her head and looks over at you and she's like, "Oh, is something wrong?"
You were off a mile away. What were you thinking? What were you doing?
I don't really know. Wasn't I just by the fireplace? How did I get over here?
Oh, I don't like this. Let's go get some fresh air. So I try to like coax them outside the inn.
Follow you pretty willingly.
Okay. And I guess, is there anyone still out front in the inn? I know you
see Dimwit trying to prepare like some space, like, making it ready for the ritual. Looks like Draugin's just kind of standing nearby watching him.
Okay.
I guess I'll make my way back to the porch as well.
Once everyone's here, I kind of relay what happened and what I observed with Selki. And that I really am not feeling comfortable in this town.
Yeah, this town does seem to be a little unusual.
That might be an understatement.
And
at that, Selkie looks over at you guys and goes, "You guys are wimps."
I relay the information that the kid told me.
Okay,
why is it so unsettling?
For Selkie to say that.
And you guys do know about what the goth kid over there was saying now, right? Rostas, you said you told everybody that?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure.
Do you think it's possible there's doppelgangers of us?
Doppelgangers of you?
That makes sense.
Possibly.
Because we have no recollection of any of this. Unless they're all just lying. Did you roll Did you roll inside or anything like that?
No, I did not.
Oh. But at the same time, we also don't remember how we landed up in that tower. So this could have been between then and now, or between then and the tower.
Yeah, and we do have items we don't recall having.
Yeah. I pull out my little chest with mini feet on it, and kind of show the group that this is something I don't recognize, and I guess also to see if anything happens by pulling it out in this strange town.
I'm sorry, what is it that you're pulling out?
My random item, my tiny chest carved to look like it has numerous feet on the bottom.
Oh, yes. Right, of course. Roll a perception check.
Okay. That one.
What is your perception?
Sure looks like a chest with tiny feet too.
So you got a 7.
Yeah, so 1 + 5 is 6. So it's like, yay, it's pretty. I put it back. Yeah, but if I didn't notice anything, I probably wouldn't look again.
My trinket won't do any good.
I kind of follow her lead and I pull out my multicolored mosaic or whatever it was, and where in my inventory, there we go. Excuse me. Yeah, my multicolored mosaic covered in a glazed surface.
Roll a perception check.
9.
It has a very pretty pattern on the front. Prettier than you had noticed before.
Yeah, huh. Yeah, I don't know what this thing is. It's pretty.
I'm going to.
While you're observing your tile, Rostas, you notice that Smiles is kind of edging tentatively towards you. He kind of crouches down next to you and looks over. And then with the hand that you notice has some light scratches on it, he touches your front forehoof. And then he runs away back to Selki.
I look at him, and that's about it. Just that look of, what the fuck?
Selki looks up at Smile's face and she says, I think he wants to say sorry?
Huh?
What?
He wants to say sorry about something. Give me 1 second. My cat is being a shit.
Hey, Elphy, did you try to detect magic on one of those unknown items that you have?
Oh, on the items? Haven't. I guess we shall try. So I guess I take mine out again and do detect magic.
What spell slot is detect magic?
It's first level, but
You
I
can do
can
it as
also
a
cast
ritual.
it as a ritual. And that's what I've been doing. So for up to 10 minutes, I sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me. If I sense the magic in this way, I can use this isn't. I can use an action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, and a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay. So you are casting that now on what exactly?
On my little trinket.
On your trinket. Okay. So, roll a perception check again, along with detect magic. Yeah.
Okay. I'll flip by my desk. Putting it down. Sorry, dropping everything. Here we go. +5 is 13. 13.
13. Okay, so the magic that kind of surrounds you like a maelstrom, it's kind of hard to sense other magic through that. It's just a lot. But even through this big maelstrom around you, you detect some sort of nature magic coming off of this thing.
So I relay that to everybody. So if I go inside and use my survival blanket on this item, can I find out more about the nature magic?
You know what? Sure.
Just go in, put my blanket on, and like look at it a little closer.
Go ahead and roll a survival check. Add +5.
It's gonna help me. It's gonna help me.
You're going to help me. That's a 22.
22.
22.
Okay. Upon looking closer at your tiny chest with feet, you notice that the green nature power seems to be inside of it more than on the outside. And upon trying to open it, you had to finagle it a little bit, but you can open it just like half an inch. And gazing inside, you see this kind of movement of green, and then it snaps shut again.
Okay. I'm going to keep that close. I go over and I'm like, I think it's alive. I don't know if it's a mimic, but I think it's alive. Or something in it is.
So, since she had the time to cast detect magic and stuff, was my familiar summoned now?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, cool.
Find your familiar. I put it over here somewhere.
So it's a little black imp, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. I imagine it making the sounds as those little like Finn wild things in World of Warcraft. The ones that like go around with the candles. Cobalt. That noise.
Kobold?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want me to roleplay my familiar?
No, you play it anyway. I'm explaining the weird noise I made when I put it on the board.
Okay.
But yeah, please roleplay your familiar.
No.
No.
Okay. I don't want to.
All right, give me just 1 second. You said it was what kind again?
It was an imp.
An imp?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like intelligent though. So usually the dungeon master does that, but
Yeah, no, it's fine. I can't.
If I have to. Okay.
It's going to turn towards you, look up at you, blink its eyes a few times, and say, "Who the hell are you?"
I'm master, bitch. Now you're gonna be doing what I say.
In the bit. I do what you say. Wait, what the fuck am I even saying here? I'm not your servant, bitch. You should be my bitch. You little
afraid not.
dancer.
All I think is Calcifer.
Like, try like reaching up and like scratching at you. But in doing so, he notices that he's not allowed. Like there's something keeping him from attacking you. He looks over at his hand, looks up at you, and says, I don't like that. I don't like you.
Well, we're gonna have to get along, or else you're going bye-bye.
Wait. When you say bye-bye, do you mean like bye-bye? Or do you mean like, going back home? Because that, I think I could fucking live.
I'll put you in a place worse than that, and you'll be stuck there for whenever I say you're not stuck there.
At this, his eyes widen a little bit. He looks around. Oh, do I have to listen to these fucktards?
Pretty much.
He goes over and looks up at Draugin, and he's like, you're a tall boy, aren't you? Those are the kinds that are the worst. For a matter of fact, you're all tall ones, aren't you? At this, he snuggles up kind of closer to you, kind of leans over into you, and he says, us little guys got to stick together, am I right?
Yeah, that would be best for both of our advantage.
Well, for now, I guess I'll do that. Don't think I'm not watching you. Second I get to go.
Same.
At this, Selki is going to kind of walk back into the thing here and look down at your little imp and say, wow, it's really ugly. Are you going to keep that ugly thing around you all the time?
I can make him go invisible if you don't like looking at him.
Ugh, please do. This she kind of turns away and huffily walks back off to the edge. On the way, you hear Smiles kind of go, like he yelped out in pain.
Okay, I'm going to need you to go invisible, stay outside of this inn, and keep watch for us while, we take a nice nap.
You mean I just get to stay out here and watch beautiful nature and do nothing for hours? Whoopee.
Pretty much.
At that, he kind of dejectedly walks over and goes up onto the porch, looks around at everybody in disgust again, then snaps his fingers and disappears.
All right. Well, with that, I say we rest.
Not in the end, though.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds like we're all in agreement?
Yep.
Yes.
One thing, Spencer, you are kind of coming in a little muffled on my end, it seems like. Is there any way to use the other mic that we've been using?
You did leave it here, right? Did you leave it here?
I should have.
Give me a
Over
second.
above your door.
Yeah.
No product placement. We have no sponsorship. Cannot show. Would be nice if we had a sponsorship. You find it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to go to it. Would it be under microphone array, you think?
Is that any different?
It's a little better. Could you pull it towards you, maybe?
Okay.
Get it closer to you?
Okay, how's that?
Oh, that's much better.
Okay, cool. I got it right here, so let me
Yep.
know if I'm too loud.
Much cleaner sounding too, which is nice.
Okay, sweet. Glad that you left that here. All right, so it sounds like we're heading inside to sleep.
I'm not going inside, but I am sleeping.
Okay, you're sleeping outside.
Yep.
Cool.
As a centaur, I'm not very comfortable in buildings if I can help it.
Fair.
Stuff with Selki, I also am not feeling comfortable, so wherever he's going, I'm going.
All right. As you're outside getting ready to lay down Rostas, you do notice that the gentleman with the top hat is walking past you. As he walks by, he looks over and says, "Have a good evening," and walks forward towards the house. You let him go by?
Yeah.
All right. He goes inside the house, and you notice that little goth kid is coming over to the porch as well, followed by a woman with a necklace, very long necklace. Did you want to see anything else about her? Do you care?
At the moment, not really.
Okay. As they're coming by, necklace lady is going to look at you. She's going to make this kind of face, and she's going to walk directly towards you, saying, "You're the centaur!"
Yes.
You know, it's so nice to finally meet you. Last time, not all of us got to meet the famous centaur. Gracious. Oh, sorry. My name is Kara. It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure
And at
to
this, he
meet
kind
you.
of reaches out to your upper hand to shake it.
Upper hand as opposed to just my hand.
To your front hoof. He reaches upward.
I extend my hand.
Okay, and you shake it. I'm Terry's wife. I'm sure that's obvious. Everybody says that Terry and me were just meant to be together. Of course, you've met Terry, right? He's always going around in that ridiculous beer mug hat out in the bar area. Hopefully, he didn't rope you into doing that drinking game. Don't do it, dear. It's not worth it.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, well, you just have a good night, okay? We're going to be just across the way if you need anything. Me and all the kids and all the other adults will be right over there, okay? You sleep good, all right?
I hope to. Have a good night.
And at that, she goes across the way into the house, smiling sweetly as she goes.
So is this just like a one-family town?
It's like a 3-person town, it seems like.
Yeah. Deja vu.
With a lot of weird energy, man.
Of course, that's meta, because that, I didn't see him doing all the swapping of costumes.
Everybody
like
else
you
is
guys
getting
did.
ready, so yeah. Oh, yeah, that's something that I would like to apologize to you guys about, because I ended up last time just saying, like, you guys recognize him. But Dalyn was talking to me, and I think he was right in saying that it would be a lot funnier if everybody did perception rolls to see if they recognize that it's the same guy. So next time you run into him, that's what I'm going to do, just so you know.
Okay. And Draugin is working on a cloak.
I was about to say, Draugin, working on a cloak, like making a new one or working on one you already have?
I'm working on a new one for Dimwit.
All right.
For me?
Very happy on...
Excuse me, let me try that again.
very happy on birthday to you.
All right, so
All right. Everybody's drifting off to sleep except for little imp guy in the front being invisible, watching nature for hours. He hates it.
And I can telepathically look through his vision, like it's like we're within 100 feet.
Okay, so you can look through his eyes.
And I don't have to sleep, so I'm going to periodically just check in.
Okay, cool.
I am resting.
Okay, you're resting. Mub is kind of curled up in the corner of your guys' room, Draugin and Dimwit. Smiles is laying next to Selki's bed. Yeah. So sleep happens, rest happens. After about 2 hours, while you're looking through his eyes, you notice that his eyes are shut. Dimwit?
Okay, I'm gonna go down and find where he is and like flick him on the back of the ear or something.
As soon as you go on the porch, you hear loud snoring.
Okay.
It's definitely not from Ross.
Okay,
Could be.
I'm going to clear my throat very loudly.
The snoring
Does it-
gets louder.
Does it wake me up?
Okay,
Does
I'm
his
going to
clearing throat wake me up?
flick him on the ear.
How do you know where it is? He's invisible.
I can see through where he is, and
Okay.
well,
Cool.
yeah, his eyes would be closed if he was asleep. Okay, so I'm gonna go the last location I remember seeing him in.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the
Feel
Okay.
feel
Roll a
that.
perception check, I guess.
Okay.
I won't make you do it with disadvantage like normal invisible things.
So does his
Okay.
throat clearing wake me up?
Roll a sleep check. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, roll a
Dirty
perception
20.
check. You rolled a
Dirty 20.
30-20? Okay, you walk right up to where you hear the sneering, you flick the air, and you happen to get him right across the middle of the nose. You hear this loud, ow!
Okay.
And
I
then
rolled a
suddenly
You little
see through
shit.
his eyes again.
You little shit.
What
You
did you
could have
say?
died.
3? Okay, you stay asleep then. You have no idea what's going on.
Good.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna be like, you little shit. We could have died. We're relying on you. And you're out here sleeping.
Everything dies, doesn't it? Ugh, who cares if it's sooner or
Yeah,
later?
but if I die, you die.
Wait. If you die, I die. Man, that is one shit deal. Ugh. Fine, I guess I'll protect you or whatever.
Okay, great. You're obviously not reliable enough to do this, so I'm just going to chill out here and I'll just keep watch. And you can go do your. Actually, I'm going to put you in your plane for being bad. Okay. So I'm going to banish him to his pocket plane.
All right, you're now alone on the porch.
Okay.
Well, I'm there sleeping.
Well, yeah, you're kind of in the grass outside the porch.
Oh, okay.
All right, keeping watch now yourself, Dimwit. Elphy, roll a perception check.
All right. I know it. They are trying to kill me today. So that would be plus. That would be a 15.
15? Okay, while you're kind of half asleep, you're just rolled over, kind of semi-conscious. You know how that happens when you're trying to sleep, and you hear this slow kind of moaning across the room, and you hear shuffling in the bed next to you.
I'm outside with Rostas.
Oh, you were outside with Rostas. I thought you were sleeping in the bedroom. Okay. Well,
I did not want to go inside after what happened with Selki.
Oh, the cutting thing, you mean?
Yeah.
And
Spencer?
Spencer's frozen.
We've lost Spencer.
I thought she just stopped, like, to listen, and now she hasn't moved.
Yep.
Hello. Someone want to
Hey,
text
Spencer, are you even on the call anymore?
Her
Huh?
computer may have frozen.
Her internet? I'll get her a call and see what's going on.
Well, since you're on your phone, I'll call her since I'm not.
Okay, that'll work.
I would, but my phone's giving me issues. Doesn't... Oh, there it goes. It turned on that time. There we go.
Sorry about that.
She's back.
You're plugged into the plug that I guess doesn't get electricity. Just found that out. Fun.
Oh, shoot.
Uh,
Yeah, it's fine.
When the
I'm
computer goes, nope,
good. That's pretty much what happened.
and I'm
Okay.
done.
All right. So last I heard, Mama Elphy, you're actually outside with Rostas.
Yep.
Okay. In that case, I would say that that perception check would have been for when Dimwit was trying to wake up his guy. So you do wake up a little bit and hear him get thwacked across the nose. And you kind of hear that whole conversation.
Okay.
Okay.
And I guess I'm slightly awake. Should I roll a perception check again or no?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
12?
12? Nothing seems miss.
Okay. And then I go back to bed.
Okay. All right. Everybody's sleeping. Except he's in a pocket. And
Draugin's outside as well, right?
Get on the cloak.
yeah.
It's
Right?
about-
Because you
Are we
He's
all
a-
outside and Selki's the only one in the room?
sounds like that.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That's the sleeping arrangement that you chose.
So what happens when we don't keep track of
wait,
her?
where's Draugin?
He's working on the cloak next
Is it-
to us.
The same spot I've been finishing up your cloak.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'd say you had finished it and then took a rest.
In 2 hours.
I think that'd be the case. But that's up to you, Draugin, what you're working on your cloak. About done now.
I wouldn't just leave Selki by herself. I think I wouldn't just chill on the porch then, since they're all out there anyway. I'm just gonna go check on Selki.
Okay. So you are going up to Selki's door. Do you open it? Do you knock?
I'm going to just open it.
Okay, and roll a perception check.
16.
And there you see a naked tiefling. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, she's not
She's
gonna wear it.
nightgown, thank you. It's very cute, pink and flowy. So, I'm sorry, what did you get?
16.
16? Okay, so while you're looking in there, you hear moaning coming from the far side of Selki's bed, and you see her in the darkness kind of kicking around and flailing a little.
Everything all right in here?
On that, you hear the moaning stop, and she stops moving. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go and see if she's okay.
All right. You go inside and you look over her bed, and it looks like she's just back asleep now. Totally peaceful.
Okay, like breathing and everything, right?
Yep. Seems like she's breathing, eyes closed, peaceful. She smiles slightly in her sleep.
Okay, from this room, do I have a vantage point over everyone outside sleeping and this room?
Yes, there is a window between the two beds over on the right wall when you entered.
Okay, I'm just gonna chill on the bed and wait until morning.
Okay. Anybody else going to sleep, or are you staying up for the night? Through the night?
Staying up because I don't like this town at all.
You're staying up? Okay.
Yep.
Are you staying up all 9 hours that you guys are doing this?
Just 2. I'll be awake for 2 of it so that I can still get my long rest.
Okay.
So just wake me or Rostas up for the shift then.
Okay. You peeking there, Dimwit?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to say everybody from that point rest through the night, keeping watch. And now you believe that about 8 or 9 hours has gone by. Whole time it's been sunset.
I move to get the hell out of here as quickly as possible because nothing about this town fucking sits right.
No, I agree, but we came here for some reason.
Oh,
While you guys
I'm
are
done with
waking
the
up,
reason.
you hear suddenly screaming coming from the room. Dimwit, you're still in that room, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The flailing that was going on last night, she's flailing again really badly, and this time she started screaming.
Okay.
run up to the room.
I'm going to try to shake her awake and see what's going on.
All right, and Smiles is up looking worriedly at her. She opens her eyes and roll a perception check, actually. Hang on.
30.
30?
Yeah.
Okay. As she opens her eyes, for the briefest moment, you saw that the entirety of her eye was black, and then it faded back to her normal color.
Okay.
Then she looks over at you, suddenly aware, blinks a couple times, and says, "Man, you're so ugly. Why do you even exist?" And then she kind of sits on the edge of the bed, pushes you aside, and walks out the door.
Okay, I'm going to cast sleep
On her.
on Selki, yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to upcast it to a second level spell, so that's 78.
Okay. 78.
And it's a 20-foot AoE on the point I'd focus on, so I'm going to focus on her whenever she gets about 20 feet away from me, and then I'm going to cast it. And so that's 78. So 1 second. So,
It's like I don't have that many.
Is it a sphere or is it like a plane?
it's a sphere.
Okay. 20 feet, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You hit her as she's going down the stairs, and you hear kind of a pull.
Yeah. So you got to figure out if you resist this or not. How much health does she have?
Well, she'd be full if you slept.
You have 42 health. But also, I do want to pause that for just 1 second, Dimwit, because I think everybody, even with your, snappiness and being able to react, would have heard that scream happen. So how are you guys reacting?
I said I was rushing in.
Yeah, same.
What was that, Rostas?
I was rushing in.
Rushing in. Okay. And Elphy, you said you're doing the same?
Outside, taking
What are you doing?
Staying outside and watching everybody six as they go in.
All right. Fair enough.
How is
All
your
right.
microphone picking up your wife better than it's picking up you?
Because I'm not next to it, because I got pushed away from the dogs.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, okay, you guys are coming in, and you said 78. That's 78 HP affected, right?
It's 7D8, 7 die
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
So that's what I was rolling at.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, 39 doesn't cut it.
30 what?
39.
That won't cut it.
Hush. Okay. Wait, Bards have a D8 hit die, or is it D6?
Oh, are you talking? Okay, I thought you said overall HP. Her actual hit dice is, give me 1 second.
Well, I it's fine. Don't worry about it. I was just wondering, like, whatever her HP is her HP. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's current HP, not total, I believe.
Right.
Right, but she just took a long rest too, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's fine. She resisted.
Okay. Okay, so as she is heading down the stairs, she sees you, Rostas, and you, Mama Elphy, kind of coming towards her, and she kind of looks up at you and kind of like squints her eyes, and as she goes between the two of you, she kind of like purposely bumps into both of you really harshly, and then continues walking out.
I chase after her.
Okay. Rostas.
Are we on stairs?
Yes.
Did
Yeah.
you say we were on the
Right at
stairs?
the bottom.
Okay. I finish making my way up the stairs so I can turn around and go back down.
That makes sense. A lot of sense. Right. So she's staying closer behind than you are, Rostas. Draugin, you see her come past you over on your left. Do you do anything?
I'm going to let her go by because I'm just curious as to where she's going to go and what to do. So I'm just going to tail her from a distance.
Okay. As you guys are following her, she goes up the porch of the house that the family's staying in, and she goes through the closest door. Once inside, you hear a "hey," and then a crash.
I'm still in tow with her, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, you're still like right behind her. Do you choose to go inside?
Yeah, with her.
Okay. So
I'm going to. Sorry, I was going to pull my imp out of his pocket dimension, command them to fly over to her, and then cast Charm Person through a touch.
Oh.
Okay. In that case, he is on his way over there now. He's going a little bit slower than he can go.
Who, 60? 60 flying?
Yeah, he could go that fast if he cared more. So Elphy, as you're entering behind Selki, you see just in time that some pottery pieces are now spreading out at Selki's feet, while these kids off to the side look on in horror. You can roll a perception check if you want more information, or you can react.
I kind of want to process more information. What happened? Ooh, it's liking me more now. 23.
Okay. So at looking at this, you can tell that there are 5 kind of older kids out sitting in this living room area. Everything in here seems to be really fancy, like it was over at the inn. And the ones standing closest are a lady with this really long blue necklace standing in the arms of that guy from the inn. And yeah, Selki looks really angry. She's like gritting her teeth and like her eyebrows are furrowed, and she looks very unhappy. While you are observing this, an imp flies in and attempts to cast a spell as he reaches out and touches Selki.
It's a D16 wisdom save.
D16 wisdom save. Okay. Let me just find out her wisdom. Here it is. She rolled a 15.
Okay, so she fails. She
Okay.
now regards me as a friendly acquaintance.
You specifically, not the imp.
Right.
Okay. So at this, her eyes kind of get wider for a second, and she reaches out towards the imp and kind of pushes him away. And then she turns around and grabs another vase that is sitting on a small pedestal to the side.
I try to stop her.
Okay, let's do a strength challenge check. So just roll a straight D20. She'll do the same. She gets a 5.
I got a 3. I did
both-
fine on my
She's
perception.
kind of weakly holding the vase. You're kind of like weakly trying to get her arms, mostly because she seems out of sorts and because you don't want to stop Selki. And in doing this, you kind of keep her arms up there, and she looks over at you, glares at you, and drops the vase away, and it clatters and breaks.
Am I in here yet?
You were following, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's when you enter, is when the second vase breaks.
Okay.
And I was like dashing after her, and I'm like in there, right? Like,
Yeah, actually, and Rostas, you were following her too, so you would be inside as well now. So everybody is now standing in this living room. Dimwit, you are stuck at the door. There seems to be some kind of barrier keeping you from going inside.
a barrier? What? Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's you can't get through the door for some reason.
Oh, just a magical barrier.
Yeah, or something. I'm not sure exactly what the rules are on it, but you can't go through the door.
Okay.
Well, you know how it works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rostas, upon entering, do you do anything?
Yeah, I go over and I pick her up, carry her out.
Okay. All right. You have successfully picked up Selki. She's kind of kicking and screaming and like trying to thrash in your arms, and you turn around and bring her outside.
Do I have to roll an athletics check?
Yep.
Okay.
Can I jump out the window?
I'm sorry, what?
Can I jump out the window?
Wouldn't you be jumping in through the window?
All right, so
I'm in the room, wouldn't I? And I pursued her
Oh
out.
no, you haven't gotten into the room yet. You're out on the porch trying to get in, and in the doorway you can't get through.
I rolled a 25.
Oh, I didn't know I was outside. How did I get outside?
You were following behind her, right? She's in the house that the family lives in, not the inn where you guys were.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Not good. All right.
And I rolled a 25 on my athletics. Grab her.
Then exactly what I said happens.
All right, so I drag her outside and set her
Okay.
down.
She's still
Cool.
yelling,
So
kicking,
she's
screaming.
outside now, right?
Yep, she's outside.
Yep,
now.
she's outside now.
Okay, I'm gonna ask her what the hell is going on, Selki.
At that, she looks at you and she kind of swipes at you, and you notice the blackness in her
friends.
eyes swelling again.
We're
Oh,
friends.
Yeah, you are friends. Okay.
Friendly
She tries
acquaintances.
swiping at you, but her arm stops, and then she pulls it back, but she's still glaring at you, even with that.
Can you say what's wrong? Why did you call me ugly?
And at this, she kind of gets closer to your face and she says, "You're ugly. I don't like you."
Obviously, there's something affecting her right now.
Yeah.
Same thing that's affecting the things outside. Would be
Do I
my
notice?
guess.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rem. Say again.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely these things out here. There's some kind of dark energy affecting everyone's mental state.
Do I notice her eyes go black?
Yes, you do. Okay. Let's see, Draugin, what have you been doing in this situation? You came into the room, observed it, then they went back outside.
I'm going to talk to the people and figure out what the hell's going on here. To the adults.
Who are you going to talk to first?
To the mom and dad or the adults in there.
Hey, Rem,
Okay.
when you walk away, can you mute your mic?
Okay, Draugin, roll a perception check.
You said perception?
Yep. No, actually, in this case, I think it would be insight. No, perception. It's fine.
21.
21? Okay, as you approach the couple, they suddenly turn away from you. And you notice kind of them leaning down and kind of muttering to each other. And there's some kind of like flurry of activity on the other side. And then they turn back towards you. And the lady is now wearing a long red necklace, and the gentleman is wearing a nurse's cap. And it seems like they are different in some way.
I'm going to take the damn pendant from them.
You're going to do what?
I'm going to rip the pendant off of her neck. Just like
You're
grab
going to
it.
rip the necklace off her neck?
Yeah.
Okay, roll an athletics check as she tries to dodge you.
$26.
She got 21, so you kind of grab onto the necklace. She grabs onto your hands and tries to wrest you away, but you manage to kind of pluck the necklace off of her neck. At this, she kind of grasps at her neck a little bit, looks up at you wild-eyed, and kind of lets out this little, and runs over to the stairs and runs up the stairs really fast. The guy in the nurse's cap looks over at you kind of perturbed, and he says, "Excuse me, that belongs to my wife, sir."
Well, not anymore. Now it's mine.
Well, you should be giving that back. Otherwise, I might never see her again.
That's perfectly fine by me. And I turn away and walk outside.
Hey, no, come back, come back. He follows you outside.
Well, good. Now we have room to move. So I ask him, what the hell is so special about it? Why will you not see your wife if you don't get it back?
Well, that's our identity, isn't it?
Do what?
That's her identity. You can see my identity plain as the look on my face. At this, he kind of like points at his hat a little bit.
Well, that might be your identity, but I want to know more information if you ever want this back.
Well, what do you want to know?
Everything. Why is this town so shady? Why are the people here so shady? Like, nothing feels right about this town. What the hell's going on?
Listen. I'll level with you. I know that it's weird here, but if you want to know anything, you got to talk to Rise. That's the only way that it's going to work out. He's the one who knows.
Where the hell is he?
We'll have to run out back and get him, ain't I? Just give me a second. At this, he walks away down the porch, goes around the corner. About 10 seconds goes by, and a gentleman wearing a news cap comes out and starts walking your way. Roll a perception check.
Right. 20.
All right, it's clearly the same guy. He just went around the corner and changed his hat.
Damn
I
people.
hear that you want to get some information from me. Shoot.
Yeah, well, considering you're the same idiot that was just here. Anyways, we ain't got time for this crap. What's going on around here? Why is there nothing right about this town?
Nothing right about it. You see, that's what everybody says. Whenever anybody comes by, they see that we're just a bunch of poor farmers, yet we've got all this gold and jewelry. Well, that's just our lifestyle, isn't it? You find out one little piece of truth, you get rich, and suddenly everybody's questioning it.
Truth about what? Because there's magic fields everywhere. My partner, my companion here, can't even go inside this house. Like, there's barriers everywhere. What the hell do you mean, truth? And what's so natural about this? Because none of you look like farmers to me.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about with magic, whatever. We don't do any kind of magic here. The only magic in this place is when Bernie comes to town. And I only let him in because he can make me laugh like no one else.
As he's talking, the blade of my glaive appears underneath his throat, or at his throat.
Roll an intimidation.
Hang on. While he does that, I'm going to cast Enlarge on him, and he gets advantage on strength saves, or strength checks.
Okay. Advantage.
On strength checks? Sweet.
This is... Intimidate's charisma, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, I guess that wouldn't do anything in this case.
Okay.
Okay, then I'm not going to cast it. I didn't know that it was charisma.
23.
Okay. Wait 1 second. Okay, at having the glaive up to his neck, he kind of puts his arms up like this, and he's like, oh, right. Listen. Just listen, okay? I don't know what you're talking about with magic. We really don't do anything with that. But if you're wondering about the gold and all of that, it's because, well, you see, they bought my silence. I really shouldn't tell you. They find out we're all dead.
Tell me anyways. Or you're dead even if you don't tell me. So either way, you're going to end up dead, but at least feel better about yourself and tell us the truth.
Draugin, roll an intimidation check with advantage. Since Rostas is also intimidating.
Ooh, nat 20.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I like those dice.
I'll tell you. All right? They bought my silence, but you don't tell any of them. All right, well, all this gold and everything is so that I keep my mouth shut. Because one time, me and my family, we were up in Fantasia a spell. You know how it goes. Bring the family out, have a little vacation. Well, we decided that we wanted to take a tour of the palace. Same old. I've been there a couple times before. And since I had been, I knew about a little secret. You see, in one of the halls, you can pull out a book and it swings open. You go down in there, and it's the Warrenet. I'm sure you've heard of that. The Warrenet. fabled, right? Doesn't exist. I've been waiting forever to tell somebody that. And you know what? It's true what they said. They've got all these incantation places and all these spells written everywhere. They got some kind of nasty something planned down there. I don't know what it is, but they found me down there. And I don't know why they didn't kill me. Instead, they bought me off. Told me, here, you can have this little bit of land and get out of here and never talk of it again. So that's what I did. Well, till now anyway.
Where is this place in relation to where we are now?
Remington, you got muffled again.
Oh, I was just wondering where this place is in relation to where we are now.
It is. Would you already know this with that one perception thing that you have, or is this something that you would need to
Did you say
to know your location?
Did you say it was Fantasia? Like, what was the name of this place?
You're in the kingdom of New Cupca.
Are you coming up?
New Cupca? Like where he said the war. Like the whole. Yeah.
You're talking about where the palace is, or
yeah, like the palace.
Okay,
think
so
You are muffled again, Rem.
yeah,
I think your speaker is being blocked.
Okay, so I'm
There
Trying
you
to figure out where this location is, like where in relation, like even if they need to ask him where it is, like we need to know where this is in relation.
Okay. Well, the palace that he's talking about is a historical place. So go ahead and roll a history check for me to see if you could ascertain where the palace is and how it's constructed.
Could they? Okay, I'll do that. But could they ask him that? Like,
I mean, you have to ask him yourself or ask them to ask him.
okay. So my history check was 11.
11? Okay.
Yeah.
You know that the palace is centrally located in the city of Fantasia and that it was built about 550 years ago. That's about all you know.
Okay. And so this is a fairly well-known location, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So as long as we know where to go for that.
Okay. All right. Anybody else doing anything right now? Responding?
I'm trying.
By the way, Rostas, you
Into the.
didn't have to worry about Selki because she is sitting on the ground ripping grass aggressively. If you were wondering about her.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So
Asia is the high elves.
Yeah. What was the city of the High Elves again?
Rainbow.
Rainbow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell us about Rainbow?
You're asking him about that?
Yes.
Listen, I don't know too much about anything, okay? Like I said, simple farmer folk, right? But know that high elves live there and they have all of their Nijaram. Nasty stuff. But to each their own.
I still have a feeling of not believing this guy. Anybody else?
I'll roll an insight check. Even though I'm not that great at insight, I might as well just go ahead and do it. That would be a nat 20.
Heck yeah.
Plus 1,
You don't
so
detect
21.
you don't detect any lies coming from him. He seems pretty sincere.
Seems pretty sincere to me, guys.
I want to roll a perception on this necklace and see if there's anything weird about it, or so I guess I'd investigate it.
Okay, go ahead and investigate it. Investigate, perception, and insight. I always get confused. I apologize for that, guys. I'll try to get that down.
That would be a 22.
Okay, looking at it, you can tell that it is a very finely gold woven necklace. It has rubies encrusted all the way around it. It looks like it's, if you were to unhook it, it'd probably be about 6 feet long. It's really fine, but it doesn't seem suspicious in any way. There's no writing on it. There's no weird feelings it's given you.
Okay. I guess, what are you doing, Elphy? Are you out here with us? You still inside? What?
I guess I'm trying to. I've just kind of been watching Selki. I guess I'm gonna see if I can get her to communicate with me at all.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Oh, this is gonna suck. 11.
Okay. She looks up at you and she kind of pouts. And she, like, specifically looks like she's pursing her lips really hard, like she doesn't want to tell anything. She's glaring at you really hard, too.
I use my mama voice and I say, now use your words. We can't help you if you don't.
Roll another persuasion check.
Is that a 1 or a 7?
That's 7.
Oh my god. 7.
Better than 1.
Exactly.
This, she kind of, like, kicks you in your knee and walks off to the side and crouches down in the grass and starts ripping it up with her back to you.
Okay, I kind of like just kind of look at the party like.
Okay, at this point, I don't see any further need of us being here. So what does everybody else want to do?
We need a letter to get trained.
At this, Rise is kind of listening over to you now that I'm assuming there's no longer a glaive to his neck, Rostas.
Sure.
Yeah. And he's going to say, hey, listen, okay, just, can I have the ruby necklace back? I told you the truth.
Do you know of any way to get into Rainbow?
Well, what is it? You have to get some kind of a recommendation letter from somebody who's already from there. And I think there's only a few that can do that for you. Last I heard, there's somebody in Lishni that does it. That's really all I know. Please, the necklace.
Well, we can't get to Lishni with a horde of jellies.
Yeah. I might give it back to you in a minute, but you just calm down and wait. And
look at how calm at this. He kind of pauses for a second and he looks over where Selki is on the ground and he's like, is she all right?
So that's what we're trying to figure out.
So she might not be all right. Hey, listen, you can talk to my brother Fry about that, or to his wife Lyra. I think they might be able to help. I mean, they were able to help your centaur friend, anywho.
Bring him here.
Get them both over.
All right. Well,
Insight.
I think that they're over at the healing place out back. See the place with the cross on it? Just go meet us over there, okay? I'm gonna walk that way. No blade to the neck, okay? At that, he tentatively starts walking away. And about halfway down the green, he looks up at the windows and does a kind of a whistle. And you hear footsteps coming your way from inside. The woman, you assume his wife, opens the door, looks scared at all of you, opens her mouth to speak, kind of closes her mouth again, and she walks through you to follow Rise over there.
Is she wearing a different necklace?
No necklace on.
I guess I'd follow him.
Well, We gotta get Selki over there. I don't know if one of y'all need to pick her up.
Pick her up, carry her.
Did you hear me call for an insight check on him a while back when he was saying we're going to go over here and get this other guy?
He's going to get the other... Oh, you mean when grabbing the woman?
No. When he said, we'll
Sorry.
just go over here to the healer and blah, blah, blah. I was rolling an insight check to see if it's, to see if he's just going to change into another costume.
Okay. Well, I mean, he hasn't changed into anything right now. He's just...
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to see if, he's lying about getting another person.
Okay, you want to do an insight on him specifically saying that?
Yes.
Okay, I understand now. Okay. Did you already roll, or do you want to roll now?
Well, I did roll, but I forgot what it was. I think it was like a 13 or something.
Okay. So do you want to say 13?
Well, I just rolled a 14 plus 1, so it'd be 15 with that one.
15. You saw this guy with his hats before. You're thinking that this healer guy is probably just going to be another one of them.
All right, because I wanted to do that before he started walking, so I can be like, we know you're just the same guy playing all of these different people. So
okay, so you do that as he's walking away. He looks at you and smiles sheepishly, and then he does a whistle up to his wife.
It's like, how about we just take care of it now? You don't have to change personas.
That's what you say to him?
Yes.
He's still just not talking to you. He's just smiling sheepily and trying to get the attention of his wife upstairs. You hear footprints behind you inside.
I say block her from being able to come outside until he talks to us.
You're going to try to talk.
Okay, so at the door, then you're stopping her?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. She just kind of stands in front of you, just kind of nervously looking up at you and then looking back down. And then Bryce is going to come back over to the group and say, hey, do you want to help her or not? If so, he needs his assistant, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't. And I'm sick of these foolish games. So you either tell me or I destroy the necklace.
Listen, I don't know what to tell you. It's like I said, it's our identity, isn't it? I got this and she's got this. And if this ain't here, or if this ain't here, we ain't here neither.
Well, then this necklace ain't here either.
Well, listen, I told you the truth. I'm trying to heal your friend. Why are you being such a jerk?
Because I'm tired of following you around just so that you can change a hat and pretend to be somebody else when we all know it's you, so quit the shenanigans.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I said, identities is identities. We all got one, and I happen to have a few. So, if you don't mind handing back the necklace and letting me have my assistant, we'll go heal your friend, or you can go on your way.
I'm going to cast a message and whisper to Elphy. Could you cast detect magic while they're hearing Selki, so we're not confused? Or if maybe they're the source of it.
You're muffled again.
So detect magic on what?
Detect magic while they're curing Selki.
Oh, okay. I can prepare that. But that means we'll probably still have to go over to the hospital.
Yeah, I would keep it on.
Okay. I guess I try to pick up Selki.
Okay, and she's fighting you, so go ahead and do an athletics check.
That is 15.
Okay, so she's kind of squirmy and kind of hard to keep a hold of, but you still manage to keep a hold of her mostly. She gets a foot down every now and then, but you're still kind of carrying her.
I guess
All the
we're
while
heading
I'm
over there.
controlling her, trying to let her know that it's for her own good.
As Mama Elphy would.
Okay. It's okay. So
And you're carrying her to the medicine hut.
yeah, I'm like, let's just get this over with.
Okay, and Draugin, you're still blocking the lady at the door, and you're still yelling at Rise that you're done with their BS, right?
Yes.
Do you respond in any way, Rostas?
Not really.
Dimwit? All right, so Rise is going to walk up behind you, Draugin, and tap you on your very tall shoulder a few times and say, Necklace, please, you want some help? I can help.
And I ignore him for a second and look over at who's all still around us. Is it just Dimwit and Rostas?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm still
kind
waiting
of
because I
halfway there. He's next to you, and then Dimwit, and yeah, they're there.
I'm standing
Okay,
there
I look-
menacingly.
yeah, because I'm not going to go with them not following. Otherwise, there's no point carrying her all the way over there. So I guess I'm still kind of like,
Miles is heading your way up, by the way. He came outside the end.
I look at all them and ask Rostas if he senses anything unusual with them or if we should just follow so we can get it over with.
Well, okay, so as me, not my character, the way it's coming off is like all these hats that the guy wears are magical and they actually give him the ability to do different things per hat. As Rostas, I don't know if I know this yet.
you're at least observing the differences between the hats so far, but maybe not made that conclusion yet.
You could roll an insight check.
Yeah, I'll roll another insight. Let me pull up my character sheet to see what my insight is again. +1. All right, so that is a whopping gigantic 4.
Feel even for.
You're thinking these hats and necklaces
They
might
sure
be
are.
magical. The thought occurs to you, but they could easily just be hats and necklaces too.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I say.
That's what you say. Okay. And Draugin, you react.
Are you coming up this time? Come on.
Yeah, I'm
Happy?
You're not getting the food. Come there. You go.
I'll
I've got
tell
a
you
little
what,
lap,
I'll
buddy.
keep this necklace for now until we get over there and you heal my friend.
All right. Well, let my wife through, and we'll see what he can do without his assistant, I guess.
Okay. So I let her through.
All right. She kind of haughtily looks up and down at you as she goes by, and then she follows out to her husband and grabs his hand. And then they turn away and start walking over towards the medicine hut. And he
Is that a
reacts,
dachshund?
It is.
Hawaii little doxy. Yeah.
I guess I'm still leery of them, so if everybody's going, I will take up the rear.
Okay.
Okay, Dimwit. Anything you're doing here?
Just Caitlin.
Okay. So you're all tailing behind. Everybody's heading to the medicine hut, it sounds like.
Make it quick.
All right.
I tell the guy, go get your hat on. Figure out what's going on.
Rise looks over at me. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But excuse me for a
cut the
moment.
bullshit. We all know what you're talking about. You even admitted it. That you have
Well,
different personalities per hat. So go get this hat on. Go get your
While
wife's
you're talking,
necklace.
he walks away and kind of, nods his head and waves at you, and he goes over to the kind of the metal table that you notice on the left side of the room and ducks down for a second. You can still very clearly see his legs underneath. And then a gentleman pops out wearing a nurse cap. Everybody roll a perception check. Dimwit?
2.
Dimwit got 2.
Can I have your
20.
Oh, 20. Okay, 20. Mom Elphy.
I got a 15. He got nat 20.
Joe got nat 20.
9.
Rostas. 9.
Like, seriously, I want his dice.
Okay, so you guys can all clearly see that this is, this has to be Reese, just in a different hat. Why is he doing this? At this,
I'm sorry, 12.
12. Same
Can I
thing.
do-
Rostas got a 9 and he knows. So,
Can I do an insight check to see if I can figure out why he might be doing this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. That is 17.
17. Okay, so you're thinking that while you're looking at this guy, you haven't gotten any like magical vibes off of them specifically. You feel it kind of everywhere before, but you didn't get any kind of like magical spikes from their directions. So you're thinking maybe something is just mentally wrong with this guy. Maybe he and his wife are just a little bit nuts.
They've been smoking too much of what the high elves have.
Now that would be illegal.
Well, if you're a narc.
Did Elphy cast Detect Magic yet? Or
You did earlier.
Anything yet?
Yeah, she's just recalling that back then she didn't sense anything from like their general direction. There's no spikes, the magical waves or whatever. All right, so the wife is going to go stand over by the medicine cabinet, and she's kind of rifling through them a little bit. Meanwhile, guy with the nurse's cap is like, "Oh well, nice to see you guys again. I only got to see you briefly over at the house this time, but now that you're back here, you sounds like you got somebody to heal up, right?"
Yeah.
I'll start
All right.
doing
Bring her here. Put her on the metal gurney.
Oh yeah, that's me.
So, Elphy, roll a athletics check to see if you can successfully kind of pin her down.
It would be an 8.
Okay, as you're trying to get her on there, she kind of manages to kick the table and it clatters over onto its side. And she breaks away from you and starts breathing real heavy, like, "You guys are a bunch of assholes!"
I pick her up and hold her down on the table.
Okay, athletics check.
Athletics. All right, so I've got advantage in that. Doesn't matter because I rolled a 9 twice, plus 6 is 15.
Okay, you manage to get her over to the table. Fry sets the table back up to her, back upwards, and you manage to get her upper half pinned down. However, her legs are still just flailing on the other end. Fry is trying to get her legs down so that he can start looking at her. But he is struggling. She's kind of managing to kick him a couple times. Ooh, that last one probably caused a bruise.
Okay, well, I will come over and grab her legs.
Roll an athletics check.
With advantage because you're helping, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I don't need it because I rolled a 17. That's strength, 17. 25?
All right, you managed to hold her down, but good. And she can't really move at this point. So Fry kind of like breathes to himself and goes over and looks at her. You see him
Pretty
reach
surprised.
down below the table And he pulls out this rusty kind of lunchbox looking thing and places it down next to her, opens it up, starts tapping his chin and looking.
Make
Which one?
it quick.
All right, so he brings out this little gem-looking thing, and he taps it twice, and it gets brighter. He looks down at her eyes and starts investigating. While he's looking down, he says, oh, you see that right there? And he kind of, like, pulls you down, Rostas, to, like, lean over and look at her eyes. As you do, you notice that their blackness that you noticed earlier is not entirely gone. It's still glowing in the back of her eyes. And he's like, this is the second case that I've seen. Only last time it wasn't on anything like this. Last time it was just on a cute little bunny that I grabbed. And with that bunny, we tried to cure her up, but it didn't go so well. It looks like it's finally starting to spread to talking beings. Ugh. I don't know what to tell you except that it's going to take a while to cure her. You might have to leave her here.
Okay, what did the bunny have?
I really can't describe it. It was just darkness. Deep darkness in its eyes. And it was so aggressive. That bunny was attacking us left and right. My son, Chris, ended up with a big old gash on the side of his face. That was one mean bunny.
Did the bunny have big, nasty, .8 teeth?
It did.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened to the bunny when you tried to cure it?
Well, things looked like they were getting a little bit better. I was trying to calm her down, keep her in a nice, flush little area. And as long as she was in her nice little plush area with nice little bits of alfalfa, a little bit of corn, some carrots, she was fine. But the second we lifted her out to bring her outside so she could use the restroom, she attacked us again. And, well, my nephew, Jerry, he didn't like that much, so he swatted at it, killed it plumb out. But it was starting to get a little better before that point.
So your cure remedy is to lock her up until she's no longer insane?
She's comfortable.
No.
Ah.
Do better.
Well, there was one other thing. I noticed that Bernie, the Wondrous Maker, he said he had heard of a certain item that can cure this here. I don't know if it actually does, but he says it can lift darkness off of any being.
Tell us more.
I think he's going to be back here soon. Seems like he comes back, every couple weeks or so. So if I could just hold her till then maybe we could have him take a look.
I think we can take her, honestly. I'll just cast Reduce on her and put her in the back hole.
Oh, she can't breathe. That's back holding.
Just like let her out for air every once in a while.
Well, this is an idea that he's getting to you guys. What are you thinking?
We'd have a better luck tying her up and strapping her to the back of one of us than putting her in the back holding.
Now, listen, I take good care of her. I swear. We've got all the best luxurious everything here, okay? We can keep an eye on her. I'll make sure that I put my son Chris and my nephew Jerry on it. They can guard her.
The
Just
one
like
that
with
rabbit?
Oh, yeah, he got hurt by the rabbit, but that's only because it was a really aggressive rabbit. I trust me on this. He's a really good god.
Insight.
Okay.
Please roll high. Hate having to tab over to see my character sheet. 13.
As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth. He really just wants to see what he can do for this poor tiefling.
I say we leave her. As much as Much as it sounds like it's gonna suck, I say we leave her.
I'm thinking of that too.
Does she have any pets or anything?
Hmm?
Pets? She has Smiles.
Well, we can accommodate pets here too if she wanted to have that around.
Well,
Wait until you
At
meet
this,
Smiles.
she kind of starts chomping at the air like, oh. Kind of
Take
trying
her
to fight back again.
Say
Can we
What?
take the ring for her so somebody else can use it?
Use what?
didn't catch any of that, Remington.
Can we take the ring that she has on her so somebody else can use it?
The feathering. Is somebody going to try to take it from her?
we don't need it. I have another one.
But it has silver on that one. And he can't use silver.
Well, that's why I made a cloak for him.
Oh.
Well, I have left as well, so
But anyway,
it's not a big deal to me, but somebody maybe needs it.
you said that he knows of an item that can cure her. What is this item?
You're asking Fry that?
Yes.
He looks at you and shrugs and he says, all I know is it's magic. It dispels darkness, evil, necrotism. He kept going on about it, said it was pretty nice. He said that he was about to get it into his possession. He just had one big deal. Something like that.
I don't like the sound of that.
Honestly, oh, go ahead.
I was just saying I don't like the sound of that. One big deal before he gets it.
Yeah.
Right.
Um,
Who?
Oh, he said that he almost had it already, though.
Is there any way we can find him and help him
Where do you-
acquire this?
Well, let's see.
Speed the process?
Well, I'm actually kind of surprised that he isn't here still. Usually he stays an extra day or so. Anybody see what happened to him?
Was he the guy that poofed out last night?
yep.
Poof, eh? Ugh. That does sound like him.
Mm.
He's a poofer.
He's a potty poofer.
Him and his sock, man.
Dimwit, can you dispel darkness?
I can't dispel it. I can just see through it. I don't have dispel or counterspell or anything like that, or gust of wind even.
Well, damn.
I think he means more like lip curse or something like that.
Oh, right. No, I don't have remove.
I don't know if it'd be enough.
Well, honestly, as much as I love Selki and I want her to be here right now, she's just being a hindrance to us, so we may not have another option but to leave her.
That's my thought.
I agree.
I mean, what's the worst that happens? Like, they can't cure it and we just come back, beat the hell out of them, take her.
Why am I
That's what
not
it comes to.
surprised that Draugin says that?
It's in character. More so than half the stuff Selki's been saying this session.
Do that. At this, you look over at Fry, and he's kind of patting her arm, looking at her worriedly.
See, with him being worried about her, I don't think we have anything to worry about from him. Because they're a little stupid, and by that, they're crazy. But they don't show any intent on harming her.
Right.
That's what I'm gathering. So,
Spell magic. But it's like, doesn't say darkness.
Draugin, you feel a tap behind you on your lower back.
I look and see what it is.
It's the woman. She's looking up at you pleadingly with her hand out.
Oh, she wants her amulet.
What all of you think? Should I give it back to her, or what? It doesn't seem to harm them, but
On the condition that she takes care of Selki.
They seem pretty
Okay.
genuine about it. So
We'll hold on to it as insurance, I think.
well, that's the thing is, he said he doesn't know what he can do without his assistant. So if we give it to her, maybe she might be able to do something.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know now, my healing capacity is halved without my wifey to help me.
Or
Well, we need some kind of insurance.
You want some kind of insurance, do you? Well, I know what I can give you. At this, he reaches over to the rusty box. He closes it and holds it up proudly, looking at it. This here is Grandpa Size magic healing tools. Just look at him. At this, he opens it, and you guys are looking inside. Roll a perception check to see what you see, and I'll just describe it based on whatever the highest roll is.
15.
Dirty 20.
Yeah. 21.
what were we doing again?
Perception.
And wisdom.
All right. Grandpa, you're looking at Grandpa Size, sorry, I called it magical medical tools, lucky medical tools. So Grandpa Size lucky medical tools are obviously these very old tools. They look a little bit rusty on the sides, but the way that this guy is smiling at him, you can tell that he is very proud of this set.
All right, that works for me. You give me that to hold on to it for insurance, and you promise to take good care of Selki. I will give you your partner's necklace back.
Oh, I swear it.
Okay, with that, I give her the necklace.
Okay, and he closes it up and hands it over to Rostas.
I take
After
it.
healing you, I know that you're trustworthy.
Yep.
It's
Perfect.
He's got that kind of face, evidently.
The woman puts on the ruby necklace, kind of straightens up and shakes her head and looks around, and she's like, "Oh, good. It's so nice to see you all here again. I hear the poor little missus is having some spot of trouble. Well, we'll make sure to fix her up right, won't we, Fry, dearest?" At this, Fry looks over at her, beaming. Of course, my Lyra. Then she gets closer to him. They embrace and kiss. A little bit too much. A little bit gross, honestly.
Choose one creature.
Upon hearing you clear the throat, they break away from each other and look over, kind of up and down. And then they head back over to Selki.
Take care of her. Now, where do we get this recommender?
Recommendation.
Yeah.
You're asking that?
Yeah, I know he said what,
We could see-
Lachey? What was the name of that town?
Rainbow.
Leshny, the one
Lechny,
past the
that's
jellyfish board.
Yeah.
We could see if there's any clues left at the Bernie no refund stand.
That guy poofed out
You
with
guys
his
still
stand.
inside, by the way? Have you come out yet? I just want to know where everybody's at.
I guess we're still inside.
Okay.
I'm assuming. I don't know.
I'm heading out.
Okay.
No, it would be cure because darkness is a second level.
I don't have it prepared. I'd have to sleep.
Yeah. So, but
And darkness is not what this is. Darkness is casting a sphere of pitch black that you cannot see through.
Yeah, I was just checking if dispel magic would work. I don't have it prepared, but that's what we were looking at.
Right. But it wouldn't be. You wouldn't be dispelling darkness, because this
Yeah.
isn't darkness. Darkness is something else.
Yeah, the only thing I have is remove curse, but it's particularly pertaining to an object, or attunement to an object, and that's not what this is. So, unfortunately, I can't do much.
No.
So
No.
let's leave Selki in their care and find where this damn recommendation that we need.
Try and get the.
As you guys exit from the medical hut, you notice an unusual sight ahead of you on the path. It appears like there's somebody there.
Oh,
So it looks like the way I have it set up, Rostas is the closest. So Rostas, if you'll roll an perception check, a lot of perceptions. Gotta know what's happening in the world.
Passive perception or like straight perception?
Straight perception.
Yeah, because you notice there's somebody there. You have to look over and
16.
ascertain what you're looking at. What was it?
16.
16. Looking out at the nearby path, you see a young girl in a blue dress sitting on top of this.
A what in a blue dress?
I'm sorry?
A what in a blue dress?
A little girl.
A young girl.
Okay.
Yeah, she is in a blue dress, and it looks like she is riding on the back of some kind of 2-footed, horrifying creature. It's drooling everywhere.
Ostrich? Oh.
Ooh,
Take it to your left a little bit, Spencer.
lovely.
There you go. Too much.
Up a little.
Right there.
That's good.
Ew. Looks like a cross between like a tremor and a.
Okay, so she rides on the back of that, and from what you can tell, she looks very, very worried. Like almost on the verge of tears.
I ready my glaive as we continue to approach, I guess.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Hex on it without initiating combat, and then Hex Dexterity.
The mount that she's on, you mean?
Yes.
The pet? Okay.
Right.
Let me just make a note of that. Cast Hex for what check? Dexterity?
Dexterity checks.
Okay. All right. As you guys approach, she gets off the back of this horrifying thing and pets it happily. And it's kind of a sad smile. And she turns back over and she looks at all of you. She looks at you one by one, from shortest to tallest, and she says, "You guys look big. I bet that you could solve this problem."
Depends on the problem.
Well, you see, I'm at this she starts crying just a little bit, and she's like, "I'm from the town of Lishany. Specifically, I'm from the farm to the south. We grow a lot of different corns and cauliflower and cabbage and carrots."
Get on with it.
Oh, I'm sorry. But my parents, there's something wrong with my parents. They're not talking to me anymore. And it's not just them, it's everybody in town. They're all floating.
Black eyes.
How did you know?
Yeah.
We have a similar problem we are dealing with.
If you've seen this before, can you come? Can you help?
Well, we're on our way to try to get to Lichny as it is, so.
And Mom Elphy, what were you going to say?
I was going to ask if she knows of anyone of Bernie.
Bernie? I don't know any Bernies. But he might be in the town too. There's so many people. It's the sky. It's dark with people.
How did you get here through the jellyfish forest horde thing?
Oh, the jellyfish? They all started heading up north, and every time I came by them, I just flipped them over and they were okay. And they didn't try to get near me or nothing. They were just floating by, but there were so many of them.
We might have our answer on how to get to Lishni now.
See, me as Dalyn knew to flip them over.
None of us did in character.
In character, he wouldn't know because he's never encountered one, but I did.
Yeah. Dalyn had to fight the urge to metagame because he knew how to kill the jellyfish a while ago.
And we love him for it, don't we?
Yes. The amount of self-control. I got.
Yeah, I wanted to just walk up and be like, floop.
Anyway, that's what she told you about the jelly things.
So I guess with this, we can head over to Lishni. Draugin just ran to the restroom real quick. What do you guys think?
I say we head to Lyndraka. Start.
If you guys are going to listen to
flipping
me, you can
flumps.
follow me. I'll ride ahead of you and show you where to go.
Lead the way.
All right. At this, she gets back up on the back of the wretched and waves at you to
Insight
follow
check,
her
though, while
and
we're
starts
at it.
saying,
Do what?
I said insight check while we're at it.
okay,
Ooh.
insight check.
I've been doing. Oh, dropped it. Where'd it go?
Reroll it.
If I can find it. It's dark. Hold on. Let me find a flashlight.
He's lost the dice to the darkness.
I did. It's like real dark underneath my bed, which is where it ended up. So
Oh,
9.
She seems like she's just a little girl who's scared and wants you to follow her to Lishni.
All right. Let's
all right.
go on to Lyndraka. Follow this little girl.
Okay. At this, Mub is gonna run up behind Draugin again with her typical crossed eyes, crossed legs, crossed arms. One of those body parts that you cross. And starts following the group as well. As you're walking, Dimwit, you notice that your imp is nowhere in sight.
I'm gonna use my fucking.
Didn't he banish it?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
use
he
my
brought it
ability
back.
to see through it. Hang on, can you hear me?
And
You're-
now I can a little bit more since you're
Muff.
leaning closer to it.
Okay, sorry. My headset died, so on my earbuds. I'm just going to look through its sight and see if I can see through it.
Okay. Looking through, you see lots of corn around.
Okay, I'm going to whisper to it. What the fuck are you doing?
Well, everybody likes corn, right?
Yeah, but we're involved with something else right now, so you need
Ah.
to come over here, or else I'm gonna have to banish you again.
Are you serious? I have to get involved in your guys' business now? Fine. At this, he starts flying upwards. You see the corn below him now, and he starts heading your way.
Okay.
Okay. Down the path you go?
You're walking.
Yep.
I'm going to send him I'm going to tell him to scout ahead while invisible and see what's going on.
Just to help me keep track, I'm going to do a quick map change here.
Okay.
I'm going to grab a drink while you do that.
I'm going to go run to the restroom.
You're doing what now?
I'm going to run to the restroom, and Draugin has something for Remy.
Okay. I'm
So-
going to get a piece of cheesecake too.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this cloak that I'm giving to you, Dimwit, it is a special cloak because we see how well you don't like sunlight, So the cloak shrouds you in darkness so that you won't be affected by daylight. And I infused it with the ring of featherfall, so as long as you wear it, you can be in sunlight and you have featherfall.
Okay. So it's like an enchanted cloak.
Yes.
Sick. All right. So it's like a cloak of darkness and featherfall.
And I call it the Protector.
The protector. Fuck yeah, man. That's sick. All right.
That's what I was working on for 2.5 hours.
So you just like craft that like out of existing stuff, like out of a blanket, or like what do you?
Yeah. Yeah, so the cloaks and stuff that I've been gathering, like all the equipment from the pyramids and everything that we've been gathering, that's what I made it all out of.
Nice. That's sick. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now I'm out of most of my materials, but at least you're protected from sunlight and you have featherfall.
Right. How much does it weigh?
Huh?
How much does it weigh?
Like a half a pound, if that. There, let me look real quick for you. Yeah, because it weighs 1 pound. Because it's just a cloak that you put over your shoulders, and then you have the hood that you can lift up or pull back. So as long as you have the hood up, then you're protected from from any type of sunlight or anything like that. It's as if you have like your personal darkness cloud around you. Like everybody can see it, like see through it. It's not magical. It's just protecting you. And so it weighs 1 pound. And so as long as you wear it, you have featherfall no matter what. But once you pull the hood back, then you're no longer covered and you can be affected
Magical
by.
item in 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Sounds way better than a parasol hat.
Yeah. But it takes that long because I had to defuse the ring and put it into the cloak and then add the shroud of darkness to the cloak.
No, I think she was saying it was that fast, not that long.
Well, it's because I had all the material and fire breath helped. Otherwise, it would have took longer. Because I would have had to stoke the fires, preheat them. But I was trying to get her attention, but since she didn't want to pay attention to that part, I'm just like, 2.5 hours will be good because that's what the book says.
That's what the book says. It's fine. And I knew you were making a cloak. I was just,
I know.
you make it.
I just have to give you a hard time back.
Appreciate it.
So, but yeah, now you're protected because, well, apparently we're going to be coming into frickin' sunlight with the other idiot we ran into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, as you guys are going, you are walking away from the forest that was kind of making a shadow over Riseland. So, yeah, the sun is about to become an issue for him, but not anymore.
Almost thinking ahead.
Well, now you know why I was looting everything.
Why you almost pulled an all-nighter?
Sweet.
Is there any way, Christina, to adjust your guys' camera and try and get both of you in there somehow?
Sit on the couch, maybe.
Yeah, well, if the dogs would quit pushing me away, let's see if that'll work.
Well, we've got your camera.
Yeah, now I gotta just step over everything.
At least you have long legs. Do you want to come in from this way?
No, because now I got a pain in the ass right here.
We'll let him back in a moment.
What is the cute puppy's name that is the pain in the ass?
Sophie and Todd, they're both pains in the asses.
Oh, Sophie Ann, huh? That's fun.
But mainly Sophie.
Yeah, she.
Surprise. Sophie's a toddler.
Hers. We are the guests.
I think I'm the only person here who has met all of your pets. Every single one. Nice.
Yeah, I guess Theo jumped down and ran out of my bedroom, so he'll be back.
He will. And I'm sure my cats will come as little destructors eventually. All right. So you follow
That's
this
a
little
lovely
girl
mouse.
up the way. As you are following behind her, she looks back at you and says, "By the way, my name's Misha. Thank you again for coming to help me."
What?
You're welcome.
While you guys are coming across, I'm sorry, were you about to say something more, Draugin? Or not Draugin, Rostas?
No, he just realized something.
Yeah. Nisha, huh?
Mhm.
So you're the one that has to give us the recommendation for Rainbow.
I'd never been to Rainbow before.
Okay.
He turns back around and keeps riding. You guys are coming across now that one kind of split in the road where you fought all the flumps. And yeah, you guys have been looking off to the right side. You hadn't seen any flumps. You're coming around this corner. It seems like all the flumps are gone. Who has the highest passive perception again?
Passive perception is what?
Your wisdom and wisdom modifier put together.
I've got
25.
11.
25.
17.
So as you guys are following behind Mama Elphy, I don't think anybody else beats 25, right?
No.
Correct.
Okay. You notice a little jelly guy off near this little outcropping of trees. And while you're looking at it, you notice that it doesn't seem to have that black lightning thing around it like it did before. All right. How do you respond?
I am like, normal floof! And kind of like draw the attention of the party to it.
Okay.
Yep.
You acknowledge it and say yes. Dimwit, what did you say?
Fuck. I thought it was one of the bad ones. I didn't know there were good ones. I don't know.
All right, you guys
Not a jellyfish.
notice it and move on.
No. No. Get down.
Ah,
Get
got it. Thought you were saying like, no, I do something about this.
No, the
Dog wanted to play.
Yeah, no, I get it. All right. Anyway, you guys continue on for a bit. You guys are traveling now for a few hours, just alongside the road. While you guys are traveling, up ahead of you, you notice a couple of gentlemen holding spears to either side with very heavy armor. They have a symbol up on their chests, and you guys all recognize it as the symbol of New Cupca in the royal family. You guys would definitely know what that is. No insight checks needed. But as to who these guys are, roll an insight check if your character would be curious enough to check.
dog.
My character wouldn't care.
Yep.
No.
Sophie with the
16 plus insight.
full stop.
So plus 8.
Sophie, stop.
26.
26. All right. You recognize these guys as the Koali protectors. These guys wander the entire kingdom of New Kepka along the main roads, and they're there just to help any citizens that need help, and they just kind of give out information where it's needed. Typically, you don't bother them, they don't bother you. They seem pretty unconcerned as they walk by. And you continue on your way unless anybody wants to do anything.
I want to make sure I relay that information to these two.
Fair.
Don't poke the bear.
Now that you say something, it makes me want to poke the bear.
Yeah. And
Shiny armor they have on there.
what, Remington?
Oh, I said that's some pretty shiny armor they have on there.
Selki's not here to oogle over it.
I acknowledge them, but just continue on my way.
Okay. Okay.
They ain't showing hostility. There's no reason to engage them.
Okay. You guys continue along the path then. A few more hours pass, and you notice that it's getting harder to see somehow. Even though it's just sunset, it's not like it's getting any darker. Does anybody want to... Well, yeah, you notice that it's getting darker and darker, and you're still following this girl up the path. And eventually, yeah.
Like dusk dark, or like dark can't see dark?
Like can't see, like the things ahead of you are getting blurry.
Okay, I'm going to cast light on my shield.
Okay.
So that we have some light.
Okay. And as you do, roll a perception check.
Only 16.
16 for insight or perception?
Perception.
21.
Same one? Okay, so when you bring the light on your shield and shine it up ahead, you notice that what is around you is some kind of mist. Seems like the air is getting heavier, and the mist is kind of growing the further up north that you head.
Is it affect breathing at all?
Doesn't affect your breathing, it's just moist. Everybody's favorite word.
Okay.
Okay. You guys have now been traveling for about 15 hours or so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Long time.
Long path. I'm guessing some of you are starting to get a little tired.
I'm gonna tell my imp to fly and see if he can fly above the mist.
Mm-hmm. All right. He flies above you and looks specifically to the south instead of to the north where you're headed. Yep, that sure is a path.
If I would have known this, I would have just chosen the Book of Secrets and not bothered with this whole ordeal. But okay, sure. But there is an area above the mist you can see it through.
Yeah, he can look above the mist and kind of see what's up ahead.
Okay. Good to know. Come down and just stay and watch. Well, actually, no. Go into the pocket plane because last time you did that didn't work.
Okay. No, wait, don't. And on you walk.
I guess we just take shifts.
Around you is more grassland, small outcroppings of little bits of trees. Every now and then, kind of off in the distance, you can see there's like these little huts, kind of lean-tos. You run into 2 more guards coming your way.
I say we find a spot to camp and sleep so we don't get exhaustion.
Agreed.
All right.
And since nothing happened.
Yeah, I mean, once upon a time there were a bunch of flumps this way. They seem to be gone now. You're just following this girl.
So I guess we let her know that we should probably take rest and set up camp. And I'm okay taking first watch.
If you guys are sure you're okay waiting, I'm so worried about my parents. At this, she kind of dejectedly walks off to the side and puts a hand on her hideous amalgamation thing, and they walk off to the edge, and she kind of nuzzles up next to it, and it lies down next to her.
Okay. I let her. I try to console her and let her know that we can't help anybody if we're too tired to go help them. So this is so that we can help them.
I understand, she says.
And then
How long were you on the road before you met us?
What did you ask?
How long were you on the road before you ran into us?
Oh, when I came down from Lishini, it was about a 1.5 days journey.
Without rest?
I mean, I kind of slept a little bit here and there. I took 2 naps.
Okay.
Are those guards anywhere near us?
Those what?
The guards that were approaching, like where are they?
Oh, you're about 5 minutes past when you saw them. So you
Okay,
could.
I'm gonna tell my familiar, hey, you want to have some fun?
Oh gosh.
So you got it out of the pocket dimension again?
Yes.
I don't like it in there. I don't like it in there at all.
Okay, well, you could stay out here, but you got to help me out here, all right?
Okay, helping. Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Okay,
What's
I
up?
need you. There were 2 guards that passed. I need you to go track them down.
Track guards. Okay. What do guards
Yes.
look like in this dimension?
I'm going to describe how you describe them.
All right. So, lots of armor, some kind of symbol-y thing. Got it. All right.
Right.
And which
They
way
went
did you
that
say they are?
They went that way. Tell me
Okay.
where they went.
And what do you want me to do when I get there?
I want you to just tell me when you get to them so I can know where they are.
Are you sure?
Huh?
I just have to tell you when I get there.
Yeah, just tell me when you get there.
All right. He
And
starts
I'm
walking
going-
off that way.
Okay. And somebody else should get first watch because I'm going to go off.
I think Elphy said she was taking first watch.
Okay, cool. So they're going to have to do that while I go out
Okay.
that way.
And do you guys have rations for the night too?
Does she have rations?
She does, but she doesn't have that much on her.
I go out
Oh, I just want to
scouting
make
for
sure she had some. I'm making sure she's fed.
looking for
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, she's fine.
I go out looking for food.
The crumbs on her coat, that she's been eating.
I offer my rations to you if you need anything.
No, I'm just staying. I go out looking for food, berries, whatnot.
Roll a survival check.
It's part of my backstory.
Oh, like being able to get
My
stuff off.
background. Yeah.
Okay.
You can find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day, provided that the land offers berries, small game, water, and so forth. I don't know exactly what that
Alright.
means, but I mean, as far
I'm
as
guessing that means you automatically win on that survival check then, or whatever. So, yeah, okay. You gather up what's needed for the group then, which is very cool if you roster.
there you go. Your guys are welcome.
All right.
And I would have rolled a 22 anyway. So
You would have been fine. Okay. The imp has made it to the guards. He tells you that he's like, okay, I'm right behind him. I think they're a little suspicious.
Okay, I'm going to creep within 60 feet of them and cast darkness.
Okay.
how far can you put your familiar from you?
Your familiar can go an infinite distance. You know, it's, well, limitations of the earth, but yeah, you can't communicate with it if it's on another plane or with further than 100 feet of you unless you have voice mass, which lets you basically do it unless they're on another plane.
Nice.
Look over there. All right. So, darkness shrouds him. The imp kind of blinks twice. Suddenly, he can see in the darkness. And the two guys are kind of grabbing onto each other, looking around all scared.
Okay, I'm gonna cast sleep.
Okay.
Upcast sleep, level 2. All right, so 78. Within a 20-foot sphere, I'm gonna tell my imp to fly back to me.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast sleep within a 20-foot sphere there within that area.
Okay. He begrudgingly starts flying back towards you and out of the darkness.
Okay. So that's 78.
All right. And with sleep, it was the overall number HP is the amount of things that you're able to put.
35.
35. So the guy on the left dozes off immediately, and the guy on the right kind of grabs him as he's falling asleep and is pulling him down, and he's looking around, and he's obviously visually like confused.
If they're in darkness, the one guy wouldn't have been able to see the other guy go down.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that magical darkness let you see within melee range.
Unless they were
No,
like
magical
within
darkness
contact.
you can't see
Okay.
at all.
All right. He feels it down in here.
Okay, I'm going to go up to the one that fell asleep, and I'm going to use Vampiric Bite.
Okay. I'm going to roll a perception check for the guy that's still awake.
With disadvantage.
I'm sorry?
Disadvantage, because how is he?
With disadvantage. Honestly, it doesn't matter because he rolled a 2 anyway.
Okay.
So he is grabbing onto the guy's legs and has his head down and his arms crying over him, not knowing what the heck's going on. So you use Vampiric Bite?
I did 13 damage.
Okay, he doesn't have to roll for a save or anything?
No, it's just I just do the bite. It's not even an attack when I'm incapacitated like that.
All right, you do 13 damage to him then.
Okay. And then I'll say, okay, fun's over, and then I'll leave.
Okay, so causing damage like that causes a combat, doesn't it? And you have to roll in order to flee.
Say what?
In this situation, when you cause damage to another creature, it initiates a combat, as I recall. And in that situation, you have to roll to flee.
If
you wanted to back out of it.
If he okay, so let's say he got out of his incapacitation once I damaged him, but they're in complete darkness, right?
Right. Okay. How about this? Roll a dexterity save with advantage, since they're in darkness and they can't see you there. But yeah, this guy has taken damage, and I think that you have to roll to be able to get away.
Okay, 17.
Okay. You managed to scurry away from the darkness right as the guy who was crying jerks up and is starting to become aware again.
Okay, and we're just gonna run off in the other direction and head back to the camp.
Okay. You arrive back at the camp. Misha is peeking over her mount, gazing at you warily, like, what did you just do?
What? What? I was looking for food.
Uh-huh. Sure you were. She ducks back down behind the mount again.
All right.
All right. Anything else in the night, guys? Who's going to take second watch?
Okay. So I guess he came back during first watch?
Yeah, with what he was doing, it wouldn't
Okay.
take that long. So.
I will take second, I guess. And player to player, not character. Can you use special weapons, Dalyn? Like if it
Specialize
has
in
the
what?
special weapon, so if it has the special trait, can you use it?
Define the special trait. I'm not familiar with that one.
So when you look in your weapons, how it has the traits: heavy, two-handed, reach, or special, martial.
Oh,
Do you have
okay. So my
Can
weapon
you-
proficiencies.
Yes.
Looking for it. Looking for it. That should be for class stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where the hell is it?
On your character sheet? Maybe.
Yeah, I gathered that.
Okay, cool.
I'm just using the character sheet on my PC right now because my phone's been acting up.
Sorry about your phone.
Yeah, it doesn't like for the screen to turn on, so it's been kind of a pain in the ass. Excuse me.
Mm.
Oh, wait. Way over here. Weapons. Martial weapons and simple weapons.
Okay.
So, no special.
Well, shit. Okay. Never mind. There goes my plan.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry to ruin your thoughts.
Oh, you're good. So now back to being player. I'll take second watch.
All right.
Okay.
And as I take second watch, I'm going to look and see where everybody is placed so I know where they're all at.
Okay. Roll a perception check to see where everybody is in the kind of heavy mist.
$15.
Everybody seems to be in place, and you know where their exact location is.
Okay, with that being said, is Dimwit, are you still acting all happy because of your little excavation?
Yes, I'm invigorated.
All right. All I'm gonna do is walk over to him and ask him if he how was his fun plate.
Well, would Draugin know about this though? Because it was during Elphy's watch. So
Well,
you would have been asleep.
Well, he's never like excited, so I'm just asking if he's like
Oh, right.
what he like if what he did is like if he just had fun on his little playtime adventure or whatever, because he's all happy.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. I had quite a bit of fun. I hope it didn't detract from everything else.
How are you liking your cloak?
Oh, it's standing.
Sweet. All right, and then I go back over and help keep guard over everybody else.
All right. Nothing in particular seems to happen during your watch. And who's next watch? Rostas. Okay. One to bed, one up to watch.
I just watch.
Yep. Everything seems to go fine. And now it's been about, what, 6 hours?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
For the last remaining 2 hours, I
At this, Rostas, as you're starting to get towards the end of your watch, you feel a small hand touching your haunch.
I turn and I look.
I can take the last watch if you want. I have to do it on my farm all the time anyway. I'll wake you if anything happens.
How long have I been on watch now?
About 2 hours.
I'll be another half hour. I'll be fine.
Okay. She wanders back off and goes back to sleep.
And I continue watching.
Yep. Very exciting gameplay.
Yeah. Now, is this mist like dark, or is it just misty?
It's misty. It keeps you from being out about half, maybe 60 feet away. Past that, things get so blurry that you have to roll in order to see what's happening.
It's kind of like a heavy fog then, rather than
yes, thank you.
darkness.
More of a
Okay.
heavy fog.
So my flame sword isn't going to help at all. So that's where I was that's what I was asking. So
yeah, Mama Elphy's light helped a little bit. Your flame sword probably wouldn't help too much. Yeah. All right. End of Rostas's watch. One last watch.
do we trust this girl? I'm saying this as a player.
Yeah.
She hasn't given us a reason to not trust her.
And without her, we can save her parents.
I mean, do we trust her to take watch?
Well, is Dimwit okay for third watch?
Yeah, I'm always
Dimwit can keep watch.
He does. You don't have to sleep, right, Dimwit?
Say what?
You said you don't sleep?
Right, yeah, I don't have sleep.
Okay. So there we go. If she wants to take watch, she can. With
We'll just have a Dimwit.
If somebody's watching, she'll go back to sleep.
But if anything, she needs her sleep. She's been
Oh yeah.
killing herself.
Hmm. All right, last watch taken by Dimwit. You do have to spend a little bit of that time kind of watching your imp, making sure that it's not doing anything untoward. And now, I think people are starting to wake up now. Isha kind of gets up and stretches. She kind of pets her mount awake. Nice.
Alrighty.
Right, asshole. There you go.
Are we ready to continue to Lechny?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Let's roll wild.
I'm ready too. Come on. So she gets
Pack
back up and
camp
starts leading you down the path
roll
again.
Out.
You what?
I said pack up camp and roll out.
Roll me out. Dun, dun,
Dun, dun,
I
dun.
could do the Transformers
Dun, dun.
like wah 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 noise. I would.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
dun.
All right. You guys head up the path. It's still pretty foggy. And as you guys are traveling along, Elphy, you have the best perception. You notice that Misha is getting up ahead of you a little bit. She's starting to disappear in the fog.
Misha, slow down.
She's still disappearing in the fog.
Okay, I guess if I tell us to pick up pace and to follow after her.
You guys pick up pace, and she's still starting to get away from you. Like she got even faster than before.
Ah, shit.
I
Okay, let's.
have to really grab onto them.
I guess I encourage Rostas to chase after her since he's the fastest.
I was going to, yeah. I was going to grab Dimwit and
Oh, there you go.
head on up.
And then we'll run behind you, but this way we don't get too far from her.
Okay. So you are you agreeing to this dimwit to getting scooped up and thrown on his back?
And as he does that, I'm going to cast Grease in front of where she's heading.
Okay. So Rostas, you're up ahead of him. Roll a perception check.
Right. As many perception checks as I've done tonight, you'd think I'd know what my modifier is. 18.
A lot of stuff happening.
Huh?
Just a lot of stuff happening that you have to either be aware of or not be aware of.
Well, like I said, you'd think I'd know what my modifier was.
Yeah.
I rolled an 18, so.
18? Okay. As you are catching up, you see Misha up ahead of you again. She's finally fallen back in the mist a little bit. And then before your eyes, she vanishes entirely. At that exact same moment, everybody in the party, including those in the back, hear the words inside their head. Find the unipony.
So what?
Fine.
As soon as you hear this, you continue running forward. And the fog seems to seemingly lift all at once, and you're in front of the gates. These 20-foot tall wooden fence going off in either direction, and these large wooden gates standing closed ahead of you in the path.
Have we caught up to Rostas?
As of now,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. I guess I call out for Misha.
You hear no reply.
All right. Did you guys hear that? What I heard? Did we all hear the same thing? Did all of us hear something?
About tie up the unipony or whatever the hell it was.
Something about a unipony, yes.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yes, same here.
Oh, for me.
Okay, I guess we're all off to find the unipony, whatever the fuck that is.
So I'm not the only one that doesn't know what it is. Okay, good.
Nope, not at all.
Okay, as you guys are looking over at these gates ahead of you, you see that there's a sign off to the right of the gate, and there's something up above you. There was a darkness before from the fog, but now there seems to be darkness from the sky. Anyone interested? Roll a perception check.
Darkness
Yeah,
where?
also cast light, if that's okay.
From the sky? All right.
All right, you cast light and you're able to see up ahead a little bit better.
I pull out my flame tongue longsword and whisper knowledge.
Okay.
Set of
So
the
anybody who
blade.
wants to roll a perception check does so with advantage now that there's light being shone around you.
Yeah, I guess I should be doing that too.
That's right.
So Elphy and Rostas.
Wow, I'm actually rolling quite well tonight. 19.
19.
Nat 20.
And Elphy got a nat 20. Okay.
Yeah, 20. And I got a 16.
So Rostas, you look at the sign next to the gate and see that it says Lishni. And you start looking up, but before you can, Elphy, you've already been looking up, and you see about 50 people floating about 30 feet above the fence, tied to the fence with rope. And all of them seem to be floating in midair, unmoving, with glowing black open eyes.
So, okay, are they floating like person like this or floating person like this?
They're in a variety of different positions. Some of them look like they might have been in the middle of an action and are still kind of there.
So, like floating statues. Like, you know, in those, like,
Yeah.
frozen in that moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Some are upside down.
Well, that's what I was wondering. if the
Process,
rest
you
of
look
them
up and
do
see
the
this.
same thing as the flumps.
Some of them are like this. Some of them are like that. Nope.
Some of them are praying.
Right.
These
This,
the two bats.
Or above us.
30 feet.
30 feet? Okay.
well, they're
30 feet
actually
above the-
30 feet above the top of the
above the gate.
fence.
So about 50 feet up.
So about
Okay. Dimwit has Featherfall, right?
I'm not throwing anything.
You don't have Selki to throw. This isn't fair.
I was gonna say we're gonna cheerleader throw him up now too.
I mean, you could. I mean, I could even cast Reduce on myself and be even lighter. I don't know.
I think you're plenty light.
Of course, I could have my imp carry me at that point. Honestly,
Or you could have your imp fly up in there anyway.
Yeah. Start poking people.
so I'm gonna command my imp to do that.
fine, I'm on it. He kind of starts flying up there. He goes up next to the people and starts poking the nearest one. Yep, they're humans, all right. Mostly humans. Looking out over there, I see a couple not humans. But these guys are humans.
Anything else interesting, like on their people? Like, do they have something on their person that could indicate what's going on?
Floating people.
I don't know. This one looks kind of burly. That one looks like she's wearing barely anything. That one looks like, oh, he's a rich bugger. Bet you can find a
Go
lot
up
on
to the
him.
rich bugger and steal whatever you can find and carry.
Don't mind if I do. Eyes over to him. Do you have the modifiers for his check, Remington?
So he has. He doesn't really have any modifiers for. Okay, so his dex is 13, or 3 plus 3 modifier. He has 17 dex. So his sleight of hand would be plus 3.
I have a B plus 3. Okay. That's what I wanted to know. I think there's a purse on him here. Jangling real pretty. You want me to grab that?
Yeah, just grab that. It would be great.
Okay. He grabs it off him and flies back down to you, hands it over to you proudly.
What do we get?
You open it up, look inside, and there's about 13 caltrops in there.
Okay. All right, I'll give him. What do you like? What can I pay you with?
Basically.
Praise? Okay, praise. Yes, I'll pay you with pats on the head. Good job.
I won't kill you today.
Chat. He looks kind of perturbed. Then he looks up at you, snorts, and then walks off to the side.
Okay.
Oh, you're bonding.
Good job, familiar. Sleep well. Probably kill you in the morning.
It's right. Cortana, don't do that. Make it shake. Cortana, stop it.
She rubbing against the camera.
Yep. Well, my laptop is my camera, but anywho,
All right.
while you guys are looking there, you see a gentleman peek over from the tops of the fence in this little crow's nest. And he looks down and he's like, well, what do you guys want? We're kind of in the middle of a crisis, as you can see. Points up to the floating bodies.
We were brought here by Misha to help with your crisis.
Listen, I don't care who sent you here, as long as you can help us with this. Do you mind grabbing some rope? You got any rope?
Yeah, rope.
All right. Well, let's tether some people together if you don't mind. At this, he disappears back behind, and the gate begins opening inwards, allowing you to view the city proper.
I walk in.
All right. You notice that there are a few people that are kind of frozen off to the sides. One of them seems to be snagged in a bush, trying to float upwards. There's another one up ahead of you that looks to be a, what are you called again? A Goliath. There's a Goliath like you that's up ahead with glowing black eyes, and he's holding this big, heavy axe in one hand that's kind of weighing him down from floating upwards.
I'm going to go take his axe and let him fly up.
Do you know him?
No, and I really don't care. Survival of the fittest.
Well, okay, no insight check then. You go to grab the axe and you notice that his fingers are wrapped really tight around it. You can roll a strength check if you'd like to wrestle it from him.
23.
Ooh.
23. You try to pull it from him, but his fingers aren't moving at all. It's like they're completely frozen in place.
Anytime you try to take something that you shouldn't, it disintegrates anyway.
Is anybody else doing anything, by the way?
I'm looking to see if Bernie's around.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
19.
24.
You don't see anybody that looks like Bernie around. You're mostly just seeing the same person and Goliath that he'd seen. You also notice a couple dogs that are under a bush, and they also have glowing eyes and seem to be trying to float upwards. They're mostly just stuck in the bush.
All right, so I take my rope and I loop it around one of the dog's paws, go to the next dog, loop it around the paw, loop it around the next dog's paw, keep doing that for however many dogs there are, and then
3 dogs, that's all of them.
Like something. So where
Balloon set.
yeah, a set of dog balloons.
Okay. You have dog balloons now. Up the way, Elphy, you can hear some voices.
Can I hear what they're saying?
It sounds like one person calling out orders to another.
Okay. I guess I go closer to see if I can make out what they're saying.
As you go further up the path, you see up ahead of you this young woman with really bright, fiery red hair and kind of these patchy clothes. And she's yelling out to somebody who's behind a gate. She's saying, hey, you better check and make sure that all the kids in that house have been gotten up, okay? We got to tether together. We don't want any more floataways.
Okay.
If they're in the house, how badly can they float away?
Well, there are open windows, aren't there? By the way, who are you? We don't get many centaurs down this way.
Well, always a first.
Well, it's a first for me, that's for sure.
First for me for being here.
So I do want to say, part of the background that I gave you guys, you've all been to this town before. The last thing you guys remembered before waking up in the pyramid was coming from this town. But you were all just kind of doing your own things here. If you guys want a further breakdown of what you were doing when you were last in Lishni, I can let you know.
Yeah, I'll need a refresher on that.
Okay, so Mama Elphy, you were with the Harpers that have one of their clubhouses here.
Okay.
Draugin, you were on the tail of the Draugin last time that you were here. You were trying to find a guy who said he'd run into it up in, you think, the woods. Dimwit, last time you were here, you were living on the outskirts of the town trying to pick people off and gather information where you can just to survive. Rostas, last time you were here, you, what was it? A second. Oh, yeah, last time you were here, you had heard a rumor regarding your family and had checked it out, but it ended up being nothing. And that was down at the local inn just up the road in the middle of town.
Yeah, see, that's where I kind of have a disagreement with you on my backstory, because I would avoid towns and everything like that as much as possible.
Okay, and I do understand that, which, if you want, we can change it to you know of the town and have never been there, if you think that's more in character.
That would be more in character.
Okay, that's fine. Then you know of this town. You've been near it before and have at least seen it from the distance.
Yeah, that makes more sense for me. It's like, oh, there's a town.
Okay.
I'll talk
No,
to
that's
people
fine.
from
I
there,
was
but I wouldn't go
make an
in.
exception for like information on his family, but like that, yeah. If it doesn't amount to anything anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, we good? Caught up. Gucci. Okay. All right, so you're talking to the ginger lady.
Who is?
Rostas and talking to her. And Mama Elphy's there too. What about Draugin and Dimwit? What are you guys up to?
Kind of looking around, trying to see if there's anything that might be out of place.
You're checking to see if there's anything out of place?
Yeah, out of place, like normal, I guess, in the situation.
Apart from
Trying to find something normal instead of all the floating, crazy, dead-eyed people. Well, roll a perception check, Dimwit.
Okay, mainly I'm looking for like a place that is untouched by this kind of corruption, whatever it is.
Okay.
Perception 19.
Looking around, it seemed like the Lishni that you remembered from the last time that you were here, and it seems like people and animals are just floating everywhere. It's kind of dead silent, except for a couple people that you see running around out in the distance. The guard that was behind you at the gate is looking up, making sure that everybody's staying tethered, but it seems like nothing in this town has escaped this, as far as you can tell.
But this way before we disappeared?
You want to know when it started happening?
Like you said I remember it this way, but
yeah, you remember the town. Like I said, you were on the outskirts of it last, but
right.
When you were, I would think with your backstory, you would have come here as like a kid, since this is kind of a gathering of different races.
But it wasn't like this before we disappeared, right?
Yeah, no, it definitely didn't have a bunch of statue floating people beforehand. This is
Okay.
brand new to everybody.
Okay.
Since we've been here before, what do we know like what is in this town? Like, the different buildings and landmark kind of things.
Rostas wouldn't in this situation. I think that Dimwit's idea of what's in here would be a little fuzzy, but I think that Draugin and Elphy would have a very good idea of how this place is laid out.
Okay.
So you guys could definitely relay that information. I can also give that information to you if you'd like. It is getting a little bit late, so I may have to just text you what each of you know about this town, if you want to do it that way.
That works.
Yeah, okay. Did anybody want to interact with anybody here more or interact with any of the buildings more while we got a little bit of time left?
Well, I'm going to take my dog balloons, find someplace secure, like a building, put them in there, close the door, take my rope back.
Okay.
So they don't just float off.
You do that successfully. They float up to the ceiling and just kind of stay there.
Perfect. I have my rope back.
You do.
Not a pickpocketing mission, and just have him pickpocket whoever's flying around.
Can you give me
And we'll be
a
back with
specific
whatever
example
you
of who you're trying to pickpocket right now? Like which area are you looking at?
Whoever looks rich, just pickpocket them.
Okay, you take a left up at the nearest crossroads, just a few, like a block away from the gate. And around the corner, you see a group of people who you believe to be well-to-do, all tethered to each other and tied to the doorway of a building. There are 4 of them. Do you want to roll a perception check to see if you find anything on them, or an investigation?
Are they conscious?
No, they've got their black floating eyes, and they're kind of at the top of where the rope is letting them be, floating about 2 feet off the ground.
We'll just do the whole investigation sleight of hand then.
All right, investigation first.
Nat 1.
You don't notice anything on them, even though they look super well-to-do. Like, there's some guards off to the side. You don't want to be seen investigating them too obviously, so you don't really find anything.
Okay. And can't. All right. 16 for sleight of hand.
You go to reach in one guy's pocket, and you don't even feel anything there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I would do this in the off time, whatever. While we're.
This is going to be your activity if anybody rests here.
Yeah.
Color me surprised.
Okay.
I'm going to look at this other Goliath and see if I can see his clan mark.
Okay. Landmark, that makes sense. Roll an investigation check.
Spencer's like, crap, I haven't thought about the clan mark.
You don't know what I'm thinking.
What are the clan marks?
21.
21. Okay. Give me a second. I gotta roll back to the information I have on him. No? Where did I put that? I wouldn't have put it in here, would I? No? Ah, here it is. Give me a second. It's been a minute with this guy. Okay, you recognize this guy's clan symbol as being one from the southern deserts. So he's not from your clan.
Okay, I'm gonna try and take his axe again. He's rival. I want his axe.
All right.
Nat
Roll.
20, so strength would be 28.
You guys said you got a nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or-
You grab onto either side of the axe and put one boot up on against him and start pulling while pushing him away. In doing that, you manage to take the axe out of his hands as well as loosen 3 of his fingers away from his hand. They fall to the ground and then start floating upwards a little bit right afterwards. And you have an axe in your hands.
Bye.
Upon him, you what?
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Hi. Yeah. All right. You have a double-sided axe.
Yay, the trip wasn't all useless.
Worth him losing his fingers over, I'm sure.
Hold on tighter.
You don't need him.
That you know of?
Well, he's gone now. So no, he don't need him.
Until we figure this out and he plummets down from space.
Hopefully he's good
And
in
then he won't
acrobatics.
need him.
So that he can...
Because
Hopefully
he'll
once
burn
he
up
gets
the
to
axe.
the-
Yeah, because he's not holding the axe anymore. As soon as you do this, he starts floating upwards. And then he continues floating upwards. And then he continues floating upwards. And then he kind of hits a couple people that have been tethered to the fence and continues floating onwards. And by this time, you notice he's kind of leveled out. He's about, you gather about 100 feet up, and he starts going sideways instead of up.
Sideways instead of up.
Like he hit a ceiling?
Down that.
Instead of up.
The wind.
Huh, I wonder why they're all floating and we're not.
As
We
you're
should-
watching him go, another body starts coming from behind you, floating sideways at about the same distance. Only it starts going down to the southwest instead of the southeast.
We should have brought Selki to see if she would fly.
We get a balloon out of Selki.
Mongrel,
As this is happening, a guard runs up behind you and says, "Okay, finally got down from the tower. So, thank you for helping." He clearly didn't see you helping that other Goliath.
I hope you didn't hear me scoff.
Didn't hear the scoff either. You're a little bit up the waist. He says, "Did you hear about how any of this has happened?"
Enlighten us. Oh wait, I'm not by you guys, sorry.
Yeah, you're still investigating that. Where was it? That 1 yard, I think, off to the side where you noticed the.
Fiery haired lady.
Oh yeah, up ahead with the fiery haired lady. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so Rostas, would you be close enough to hear him then? Because you're over by the red haired lady too, right?
I guess I was.
Okay.
He was over with the dogs.
Oh yeah, because you put him inside. Okay, sorry, I forgot about that. So after that, you did the dogs, so you would be close enough to hear this as well, Rostas. And Dimwit, you're up the way around the rich people, so you don't hear this either. So he goes up to you a little bit and he says, "Well, I hear tale that there was some creature that came rampaging through here and turned everybody it saw and everything that it saw into these floaty statue things."
Which direction did it go?
Well, I don't know that, honestly. You'd have to ask one of the locals that was here. You know what? I bet that Sammy knows. Hey, Sammy! As he calls out, a gentleman comes from behind the house over in front of you, looks over, and he's clearly wearing this big brimmed hat. He's got a bunch of patchwork clothes on and dirt under his fingernails, enough that you can see it from that distance. He looks over and As he comes closer, you see his eyes are wide. He's clearly been traumatized by what he's seen. Hey, what did you say it was? He said, it was a horse, and it was stabbing, and the feet, and then it just ran off to the swamp, quick as lightning. Oh, well, there you go. He went off into the swamp, apparently.
Sammy, which way is the swamp?
I would know. If I've been in this area before, I would know.
Yep, you do know, and it is off to the east, directly east.
Okay, well,
In fact, you know that Lishni is partially in the swamp already.
well, that being said, we were told to hide down the unihorse or whatever the hell that message was. I say we go gather everybody else up and head on over to the swamp and see if we can find it.
He's saying that to you, Rostas, I assume.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Okay.
All right.
I know Elphy went straight ahead somewhere, then went off to the left, so I guess I'll go find him and then we just meet up by Elphy.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll assume
Or
you guys
meet by the
gather
gate.
together, and we will go ahead and stop it on that point. Upon being found, Elphy or Dimwit, do either of you want to do anything besides get together with the rest of the group?
No, but do I know the red-haired person from anywhere?
You know
That's
that she's probably one of the farmers from the nearby wilds, but you don't know her specifically.
Okay. Yeah, so I think this is a good stopping point for next session.
Yep.
Sweet.
Okay. I'm sad about Selki, but I think that, yeah, this will work out.
We didn't get any XP this session, huh?
Yeah, I don't think we fought anything.
No, we did.
No battles this time.
We
Just
did a bunch of back
please.
and forth with the insane nut job.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The multiple personalities.
The one that I
Covered.
wanted to kill, but everybody said no.
You know how many people you kill?
Yeah, like 6
All of
different personalities. Woohoo.
All right. So I am going to go ahead and end the stream now. So
Bye, streamers.
peace out, streamers or viewers, whichever, and be back sometime. We're gonna figure that out sometime soon. May not be every Sunday anymore or every other Sunday. Don't know yet. We're trying to figure stuff out. So peace out.
We'll keep you updated.
Yeah, absolutely.